Check, check. 1, 2. Excellent. Okay.
Excellent. Oh, I'm not on?
Are you?
I don't see myself.
Check, check.
Testing.
What the fuck? No, that's not it. Push it all the way in. We good?
Should I unplug and plug this in?
No, you're live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
It wasn't lighting up earlier.
Here, go ahead and say something.
Welcome.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
I
cool.
think it's all good. All right.
What do we have here? Looks like
With that nice and awkward entry. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday Night Legacy. I am Eugene, and to my right, I have
Bryson.
Bryson in the booth. This is not accurate. We're going to be fixing this as time goes on, but what we do have is a classic deck on the left. We have blue, I guess it's blue, green, white infect now because he slapped Nadu in the deck.
Well, what's
Nadu.
Oh, does he run the white for the Anchor Nomad?
No. You don't even need it because you're targeting with your pump spells every time that you do a thing. You're just drawing cards, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
Value
that
Nadu.
breaks the parity actually tremendously. With
Value
this.
Nadu.
All right,
you don't
I'm
even need to
super
draw the deck. And then John actually might be on some Nadu mess of his own.
Or 4 or 5 color soup.
It
No
could be one of the
so
two.
We'll see.
Okay, so infect, Nadu infect. On the left, player 1, this is Mikkel, Resident Infect Destroyer. I mean,
Yeah.
this guy has had so much success with this deck. It is wild to me.
Plague Engineer has had so much success against his deck.
Phyrexian.
Yeah,
Knock it out.
specifically. He's the one who told me. I was playing it. He's like, I hope you know they eroded this. And I was like, huh? Yeah, I learned.
I'm gonna do Nadu question mark. Oh, they are filling out the survey for us. So we will find out in a second here. We are not actually in round 4. It turns out we are in round 1. Okay, round 1, game 1. So Bryson, you haven't been on the camera for a while.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. When was the
Been
last time you
busy.
were time here?
7 years ago. I truly can't remember. It's been a very long time.
You know what? Me too,
But,
honestly.
yeah.
It's at least been a couple months. So it's good to be back in the booth here.
Back with the boys.
Definitely haven't been in since Modern Horizons 3 dropped.
Oh, I've been seeing it.
Yeah.
I've been experiencing it firsthand. And
Firsthand, huh?
yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought, the mono blue Magus was going to be not that bad, but turns out when everything's after one color, it's going to be tough.
Are you talking about the Harbinger of the Tides, the blue one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that makes everything islands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I lost to that.
that one's pretty rough.
So I don't know what John's playing, but he has 1,000 Force of Wills currently.
Oh, and he's got Tropical Island. I mean, that tracks for John.
But he's got, I think it's triple Force of Will. I just saw a lot of forces.
My goodness. All right, starting out with the Glistener Elf on the left for Mikkel. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, he drew the white Nomad, so he's definitely on the nonsense that you spoke of.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I'm already a little sick of Nadu in the format. I was not hot on this card to start. What is that?
I think it's the landfall plant guy.
Yeah, something Nantuko, Springheart Nantuko.
Yeah, what you said. yeah, I trust.
Yeah, this thing making lands every time that you
plants.
landfall.
Yeah, make a plant.
Yeah, make a plant.
And
Ooh,
then
the
Nadu-
scale up.
Nadu
Who
just
cares?
needs a ton of creatures to pop off. But yeah, like you were saying, Nadu, it is kind of been a little annoying, but I don't know. I think everyone's just so new to it.
Yeah.
That it's just like, bleh, they're just really leveraging it. It is annoying. Don't get me wrong, but now we see we're fighting over the scale up, Force Pitch Brainstorm, and then a Daze picking up. I believe that was a Tropical Island.
All right.
There's
We have
John's.
confirmation from the player, Zenith Nadu Bant.
All right, math checks out.
Oh my God, what is this board state? So we're fighting over the scale up, you said?
Yeah. So it was Force on the scale up, then he dazed, and then he forced again.
Wow.
So John went
John paid 4
-4
cards
for 2. Yeah.
to only take 1 infect.
instead of 6 though.
Oh no, they don't have the dice. We'll fix that in post.
Wrong dice. Get out of here. Oh,
There's the Nomad's
scary-
Encore.
I don't know. Does he have like the actual breakfast combo or?
So you don't need the breakfast combo when you start dumping things into play with Nadu. Eventually, you'll hit that Nantuko again, and then that'll just give you creatures.
Yeah.
There's like a whole combo where you dig through the deck, almost egg style, where you'll go through the entire deck without actually
Keep
ending the
looping
game.
it. Yeah.
Endurance your stuff after Sylvan safekeeping all of your lands back into the
Oh,
grave.
so you get them all into untapped. Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
So you just keep on going.
Unstoppable.
And then I think it's a Thassa's Oracle finish.
Who cares?
Like you Thassa's Oracle until you have 3 cards left in your library, and then you brainstorm, and it's done.
You don't even need. You just that's Oracle and 0.
But yeah,
Game's over.
I don't play blue, so this is all in conjecture hearsay. One of the members of our Discord took a deep dive into how this deck wins through the combo, but I couldn't finish it. I'll be honest.
That's a lot of combo.
And that is.
The 2 attackers is very scary being on the John side of things because that was it? No pump? I was gonna say nothing to block with.
I mean, what does it matter, right? Maybe Mikkel's holding on to permission. Doesn't really even care.
Yeah. He's only got like 3 or 4 cards in hand.
He's got all the time in the world.
There's the
Embiggen.
There's the
Berserk.
Adios. Yeah, that's game over.
So Embiggen being a good replacement for what Might of Old Krosa, because I think it's +4/+4.
Is it 4? I thought it was 5.
It's
It's the Phyrexian.
every type, right?
Yeah.
So it's a creature, it's a bug, it's a Phyrexian. I don't even. There's something else.
It does a lot of damage.
It does a lot
alright?
of damage.
It was lethal. Nobody needed to question that.
Well, Berserk for sure. Nadu. We are confirmed at this point. Nadu. These games might go pretty quick just because, I mean, that's what Infect does, right?
So it looks like John was bringing in Deafening Silence, Force Negation, and there's something else I missed there.
Yeah, Nadu.
But yeah, I agree. The Deafening Silences can be pretty good because one of the things with Infect is they're trying to cast multiple spells or just chip away slowly over time. So if you can jam them up and prolong the game, you're more likely to steal a win.
Oh, absolutely.
It can be awkward with his own deck, but the likelihood of that being a problem will far supersede the not dying.
Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing about Nadu, right? Like, you're not even actually casting spells. So you can Deafening
flipping
Silence, and
yeah.
you're just flipping
Yeah.
stuff into play.
You can, like you were saying with that endurance nonsense, I don't know. I have to read Nadu exactly.
Here, we can bring it up.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up on the ye old thing here. I think we can just do this one. Nadu, bird of fuckery. Oh, I'm not supposed to swear on this channel.
Fudgery. That's what he said, if anyone asks. Okay.
So yeah, triggers only twice per turn.
Only. Yeah, real fake doors. Yeah, that's not okay. When they say they do playtesting, just know this card existing tells you that they do not. Because genuinely, if they you don't need to be a rocket scientist to see this and realize there's a lot of potential.
Well, I mean, I've heard that this was probably like gonna be in a commander deck, and it used to only target once, but they like made a last second change and threw it in the main set.
So even if it was commander and this was legacy only card, and if it was once is a totally different story.
Yeah.
It's literally like the fact that you can target twice is what really pushes it. It's like Skull Clamp
Yeah.
level.
Oh,
And
it's-
Skull Clamp's banned.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say, I didn't mean to say that as Nadu needs to be banned. I don't think it's that powerful.
No.
It's just the ability, the 1 versus 2 just vastly changes the power. Because still, on 1, it wouldn't even be bad, but I don't think people would be playing decks in Legacy. I think maybe modern decks would be jamming it, but the likelihood of whiffing, and obviously, getting incremental value is okay, but
Yeah.
I don't think it would be
It's
people grappling towards it.
it with it being twice for each creature, it's basically the potential of it whiffing is like what?
No. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know actually. I think once you have 3 creatures or something, you're pretty much
You're
locked in.
it's there, yeah. I mean, I'll concede to the combo pretty
All I
much
know is-
always.
In CDH, at that event I was at, there were a lot of Nadu decks.
I've heard that
And they
Nadu's
were-
pretty strong in CDH.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, every game is different, and they underperform or overperform, but they seem to always be threatening some scary nonsense a lot. And you just need to count. It's one of those things where it's a commander that you need to respond to on the stack, or a card in general, just because it accrues value pretty much instantaneously unless you edict.
I feel like that's one of the problems I really have with it. Like, well, we'll definitely get into this as the night goes on. I'm sure it'll be on camera, but a lot of people are talking about Grief right now, right? And Psychic Frog.
Yeah,
Um,
I see why. So, I'll let you first.
yeah, the
Yeah,
reason
sorry.
that I dislike Nadu over Psychic Frog, even though Psychic Frog is like statistically like
Bananas.
overwhelming the format, is it is a card that you must answer before it is in play.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's you have to, unless you have the precise removal to get rid of it, and they don't have any way to accrue any advantage on board. Like you have to edict or bust,
Yeah.
and even then, it's not guaranteed.
So I think that's what frustrates me about the card. Being a non-blue player, the way you deal with problematic permanents is quite literally interacting with the board. That's all I do. And so like having a card that basically says, well, you answer me before this is in play or I win the game right now, it feels bad. Whereas Psychic Frog, at least the thing has to attack in order to be amazing.
Yeah, it has to attack, and you do have to dump your hand and exile cards from your yard. So there's some drawback. Also,
It
we're talking about
interacts.
a 2-mana card versus a 3-mana card. And one of the reasons, segueing into the Grief aspect, the reason why Psychic Frog is so bananas is it's blue and black.
Yeah.
It's like the infinitely better Whale of the Forgotten.
Yeah.
Because you can pitch it to
I forgot about
force
that
and-
card.
Yeah. People were like, oh, we need one so badly. They're like, Limdo's Vault, like, we need
Yeah.
something. And this is not only something, but it's something fantastic.
All right, we'll stop complaining and we are into game 2 here.
I like Psychic Frog, though. I want to make that clear. Yeah.
We'll talk about this more later.
Yeah.
All right, John on the play here. Looks like he wants to start on Tundra. Maybe not. Just Islands. Does
I feel like
Infect play
historically in
Wastelands?
the past, but that's like, circa 2017. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know why the hesitation. I mean, does he have the white removal?
He's a control player at heart, so
Okay, the Deafening Silence.
there we go.
Maybe he was playing around that on.
Days,
Yeah,
because he had days last game.
That
All right,
makes sense.
respect the hustle.
we do have the Force of Will, but rather not if you can just play around it.
Well done.
Okay, we got the Nadu, Brainstorm, Ponder. It looked like were 4 of the cards
And a trop.
on a Trop, so didn't have the Force of Will.
But
All right, here's some damage. Would you like some Infect counters?
he's got a Berserk. Oh, no,
Okay,
Invigorate.
here we go. Well, this is half your life.
Yeah. So he's got to go slow, So that's why he's just chunking away, because he can't do the classic Invigorate Berserk combo.
I mean, that's pretty good. Hit for 10 on turn 2, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's only
I mean,
yeah, if he had the combo.
I mean, like 10 life, right? Because Infect is basically hitting for
Oh,
2
yeah.
damage.
Oh, he just flashed Berserk to the camera.
Oh,
See, I
okay.
knew-
So
I
he
was
had
like-
it.
But he missed a land drop, so he wouldn't even be able to do it anyways. But
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
oh yeah, I forgot he paid
Invigorate
the mana
doesn't.
for.
Yeah.
I am a big stupido.
Something that did come up in one game I played against Mickle, though, is there is one line of text on Invigorate that I don't think anybody ever pays attention to, and it's the very first line. If you have a forest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like submerge and all that stuff.
Yeah, I had a Magus of the Moon in play,
Oh, so he couldn't do
and
it.
he tried to go for it. He didn't have the basic forest, and I was just like, oh yeah, there it is. And then somebody had to be like,
You can't do that. That's illegal.
completely different game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. These modal free cards.
Now this feels very dangerous to be John in this situation because I feel like going to be locked under his own Deafening Silence. He's got
Well,
the
He has removal, so he can remove 1 now, and end step.
Okay, so he
And then-
let the damage go
Yeah,
through.
yeah, you let it go through, remove one and end step, and then untap and hope for the best.
Here, I thought he was going to fight over it in combat.
No, because they only have one spell each, and usually with Infect, when they go after combat, so if they do any pump spells that have protection or anything, you
That makes sense.
don't get blown out by it.
Oh, here we go.
Because now he might use one of these, and this would have.
Yeah, the Legolas.
I don't
Quick
know if that
reflexes.
pumps, but
It does not, but it does give hexproof,
Yeah.
so it negates the attack.
all right. Do a predict indeterminus on upkeep. That'd be sick.
Oh, slam Nadu.
All right, that doesn't count through deafening silence.
That's true. Creatures. What has he got left? The ponder.
I think he's got a whole lot of nothing. I think he's not dead per se, but
Oh, we're pitching cards.
force pitch fluster. Yeah, fluster seems like pretty bad with deafening silence in play. So
He's got okay. That's interesting. So
well,
he decides.
he did that with the quote unquote shields down.
Right.
Right, it's guaranteed. It's resolving.
Yeah.
So I respect it. Because now he has a blocker. Like he has to do something pre-combat. Oh no! 'Cause
Oh, he doesn't have
forced
the
it.
the
Just
force.
kidding.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
lied. You heard nothing from me. I'm
So
so scared.
okay, he's got one infect pushing through. 5 + 2 is 7, so this is 8.
Yeah.
So he's got lethal next turn with the berserk. Looks like he didn't have any other cool pump spells. So John's got this turn to interact with this creature, and that is it.
Basically, I don't know what's in his hand, but he's got to get really lucky here.
I thought it's ponder.
Well,
It must not be.
Looks like he's dead. If he doesn't cast something right now, the game's over.
No, he's got force of will. So
Oh, it is ponder.
yeah.
Oh, but if he doesn't rip another blue card or
Oh.
is this Swift City?
Well, he
Is
had
it the
Dryad
shuffle?
Arbor. So it's not.
Oh, you're right.
But did he play a
play
land?
land?
Ooh.
There's no way.
No. He only has 4 lands in play.
But also, it's John. You never know.
Oh, he's sending it away. It was an answer, John. Oh, this is so dangerous.
Live, laugh, love. I mean, he doesn't know he's technically dead right now, but he should assume he's dead on the next swing.
Yeah,
We have hidden information.
it's true. We have perfect information.
As the
So
omniscient camera.
oh, you need to take that.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't see what it was. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, the Pendelhaven. He's got it covered twice.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
That's it. Oh, he had a dismember, force of will, and a berserk.
Dismember, damn.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
That was quick.
Mickle takes it in the first 20 minutes. Not bad.
Try to look for another prospective gamers.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that was, I mean, well, it is what it is when Infect gets on camera, right?
I mean, Infect go Burr. It just does Infect stuff.
Yep. All right, we are going to step away from the camera just for a minute here, and we'll try and find somebody else to drop on camera there. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tuesday Night Legacy. We are here in round 2. We have Andrew Vicknair on the left playing Rhinos and Andrew Richardson on the right playing Delver. So, what do you think of this match here, Bryson?
So I feel like this match is very dependent on the first few turns, also on how many Brazen Borrowers Richardson has.
To bounce Rhinos out of play?
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a good value, but it's a good way to at least slow it down and be able to overcome the board state. Because if he's able to stumble him and wasteland enough, and I know Vicknair runs a lot of basics in there, but if Delver can stumble the Rhinos, then I'm big into Rhinos. Also, I'm assuming he runs Stifle. Stifle being a great interaction to stop the Rhinos from occurring. So.
I mean, if Richardson is on his classic styling of at least 2 Stifle in the main board, then that could actually be a huge boon to him here. Vicknair throwing down the wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, into the tap surveillance. Oh, here comes a Stifle.
Oh.
Here goes the fetch. Andrew says, no.
Oh,
Wags
man.
his finger. Here comes the basic island.
If
Here
this
comes
is the Stifle.
100%. 2,000%.
Oh, my God. The force of
Oh.
will.
Has to force the Stifle.
Send it back. I need that mana.
You take that 1 mana him to Turok, I'm in. That's so good.
You're going to leave it on the stack here.
Oh, the days. Oh, show me. Oh, no, he has Wasteland, though. But then he can't Wasteland immediately. I don't know if he days this.
He's got
I guess Days picks up the Surveillant, and then he can't get Wastelanded, but it's not worth it.
I think that was 100% just for show. I didn't see any counter magic in Richardson's hand.
He has Days.
He did?
Yeah, 100% he has Days.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw Days.
So, but this does represent Rhinos right now, right? So I think this is all happening at the end of Richardson's turn, turn 2. Because he's Vicknair's got the elf. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, this is main phase.
Yeah, the only reason I say it's that is because he had the Force of Will instead of Force Negation.
Oh, sure. Is it always better to force a negation? I guess you don't have to pay the life, right?
I mean, unless you're doing some surgical nonsense, like I don't see why not exiling the card.
Sure. So with those, I guess not familiar with the.
See. Oh, he's got a Days too. Shut up. Oh, 10,000 times sexier than a Days. You see that?
Oh my God.
Do
Do you pay the 1? Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
But sir, you have no lands in play. I don't need lands in play.
Oh man, getting 2 4/4 Rhinos off of the Cascade trigger with the Crashing Footballs. Days not being enough here.
Although Days is usually very potent against that, especially when he had the Spirit Guide in the first place.
I think Andrew Vicknair is hoping to ride these 2 Rhinos to victory. That has to be.
Now Vicknair is a Delver deck. He needs to protect the president with his
Protect the Rhinos.
Yeah.
What are we sending back?
Richardson is trying to find some heinous nonsense.
Do you brainstorm in your own upkeep, or you wait until main phase? Right, there would be no point.
No, yeah. Unless you're trying to end step to conserve mana to do it on Vicknair's turn. I don't see any. But if you really need to see more cards, it's worth waiting. But it depends how much mana.
But we know he had to pick up the
The tap land.
the tap land.
So yeah, he had to wait for his turn.
So a little bit of Bloodstainmire. Just pass the turn. I'll take 10 here. No problem.
Oh shit! I forgot the extra 2. Yeah, that's a 2-turn clock.
Big crack.
Oh, Hacker Man over there.
Down to 9.
Yeah,
That's his
lethal
turn.
on board.
We're gonna have to figure out the brightness on the left side of that.
Yeah. I don't know what he. I mean, Brazen Borrower buys him a turn.
Does it? I guess he only takes 6.
But like, oh,
Black mana.
show me the Fatal Push right now.
Oh my God.
Show me the Fatal Push right now.
But if it was Fatal
Richardson.
Push, wouldn't you fight over it
I don't
in
know.
combat?
Probably would be more wise to do that, but maybe he's doing some, I don't know, mental mind game.
Some shenanigans? No, we're just untapping. Playing around Wasteland.
Did he draw another Wasteland? That's funny.
So I think Richardson has to be on Psychic Frog.
Well, I think it's in his hand next to Underground Sea. In between the Days and the Underground Sea, I think that's a Psychic Frog.
then I think you try to ride Psychic Frog to victory here. You play Psychic Frog. Okay, Wastelanding because he doesn't have any mana.
Yeah. Float, go to second main. So now Daze is off. Which he can't run Daze anyways.
Lorien
Okay.
revealed. So we were kind of talking about this off camera. One of the main pivot points, I think, of the Legacy format was the introduction of all of these 1 mana land cycling cards, right?
Yeah, more specifically, obviously Lorien revealed, I mean, blue decks are blue decks. There's no brainer that it's going to be good.
I really think Lorien Field, obviously you're talking about Troll of Khazad-dûn being like one of the huge inclusions, but I really do think that Lorien Revealed kind of protects these decks against one of their main weaknesses, which is Blood Moon.
100%. A lot easier access, and if you're not doing the turn one, like, realistically, it's almost bad to turn one fetch a basic in those matchups because then it cuts off your interaction. But yeah,
Holy shit.
current game state,
So
that bounce would have been devastating.
that would have been it.
But the Daze, again, clutch.
I think he's got another
Nice.
one too.
No, it's not enough.
Oh, he didn't find it.
Yeah, he was still at 2.
Oh, he was looking for a Nethergoyf. You know about this card, Nethergoyf?
I know that it's a card in Magic the Gathering, and that it's like a one-sided Goyf.
Yeah, it's a one-sided Goyf for 1 mana, and I think Nethergoyf is the one you can bring back. So it's got
Excuse me?
a Escape.
Get out of town. Ain't no way.
Yeah, we'll pull it up here.
Hey, Jamie, pull that up.
I mean, I know one of them's got Escape. Everything in my bones is telling me it's Nethergoyf, but we'll find out right now. God, it went up to $15.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
We got a lot of things in here. Yeah, it's got Escape 3.
Holy guacamole.
I think the idea is like,
You have to keep fueling.
Yeah.
So you have to escape your own shit. Who
And-
cares?
and so suddenly, like, are you getting rid of the Delirium in order to get it back into play
Mhm.
and shrinking it? I think that's what they thought would make it okay.
No, I think that is fair. Honestly.
Yeah.
But it's
It's still a very good card for 1 mana
one. Yeah, so I was like, it's fucking 1 mana.
because, like, worst case scenario, what? It's a 2/3. Like in any generic situation, you've got land and instant in the yard. More than likely, you're going to get
Worst case
creature and
scenario, it's a
sorcery at some point.
1/2, and even then,
Yeah,
not terrible.
it still can block.
Yeah. It's got the butt.
So yeah, Nethergoyf. I kind of like where Delver is right now. I think Nethergoyf is a cool card. I like Barrowgoyf a lot. It's not seeing as much play. Barrowgoyf.
Because nobody knows it exists.
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, it's dropped in price pretty significantly. So it's got the same Goyf ability, but it's got Death Touch, Lifelink. When
Oh, they mill that many cards? If
Yeah.
you do, you may put a creature card from among them into your hand?
yeah, so it can create advantage as well.
Whoa.
The fact that it has Death Touch, Lifelink is what really draws me to it. It's like a what was that card that used to be good? Vampire Nighthawk.
Yeah, I think the reason why it's not good is because it's 3 mana. Like, if this, instead of saying star 1+, if it was like 1+ star, 2+ star, you know, if it was just like an additional bolster to stat 1,
Yeah,
it's 3 mana. OG Goyf was 2 mana,
yeah,
and
but I mean,
was
you stick
better-
two keywords on it, and then also give it recursion. I don't know. 3 mana feels like the right cost for this card, but maybe that's the problem. Like, you have so many other cards that
Yeah,
were
it's
printed that
better.
were better, that were undercosted.
Yeah, I was about to say, or just 2 mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they did right with this card, and then whoops, turns out
I think it's just the format.
there's broken stuff.
Too fast, go burr. Yeah, like right now, I feel like everything, I don't know about modern, but in terms of legacy, popper, and CDH, everything I'm exposed to, it's a very pedal to the metal, full throttle meta.
Oh,
It seems
absolutely.
like everything is just very fast.
Yes.
Like, you're presenting combo on turn 2 or turn 3 in like all of these instances.
Yes.
Like, constantly.
And it doesn't matter. I think you use combo in kind of a loose term. Obviously, there are dedicated combo decks that actually kill you.
Present win very fast. It's like combo question mark. It's
Yeah.
like, do you have the thing to stop me from doing the thing, or is the game over? Like that's
Kind of like how Vic Nair's deck is like, here's 2 4/4 rhinos on turn 2.
yeah.
Can you deal
Combo
with this?
question mark?
Yeah.
like
Is that a
yeah,
combo?
yeah.
Kind of.
It's more so
As long as your deck is
velocity.
doing the thing by turn 3, I think is where we're kind of at right now as a format. The tempo deck being the kind of police officer of the format, for lack of a better term. Well, I guess that's a bad way to put
I
it.
feel like it's more so the speed limiter.
Yeah. That's
It's
a better
like,
way to put it.
It kind of determines, or how big you can go. Like if you can't deal with it,
Yeah.
if you can't get it done fast enough, then it kind of sets the midpoint.
Right. Because everybody is doing these, days, force of will. Can you get over this stuff? And can you deal with my psychic frog?
Speaking of one of those stuffs that Stifle blew out Vic Nair over there, and he followed it up with the Lord and Savior, Froggius Psychius.
If Vic Nair can come back from this board state, more power to him, man. But having a psychic frog on the field with nothing else.
He does have the Brazzer Borrower in his hand.
The Brazzers Borrower.
The Brazzers Borrower is in his hand. I want to make that clear.
Here's a Rhino, 4 turns away.
Slow cascade. So right now, theoretically, Andrew could be a madman and dump his entire hand.
Oh, just go for it?
Yeah, I'm not saying he would, but I'm saying in a ideally nonsensical world, yeah.
He's got all the time in the world.
Yeah. Just the fact that it has that option of
Yeah.
being able to get blown out of proportion very quickly.
You can absolutely YOLO and just go into it.
And if you're like, oh no, he has blockers, just kidding, exile 3 cards.
Yep.
Flying.
And then it's got
Like,
flying.
I think everything else templated on the card up until that point is okay. And I'm not saying the flying isn't even the best part about the card, but like you wouldn't be playing it if it didn't draw cards and just had the flying mechanic, and you wouldn't be playing it if it just drew cards and didn't get +1/+1.
Do you see his hand? It's triple days.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there we go. I saw it.
Disgusting.
He only has 2 islands though, so.
Oh, so he has to hard cast one of them?
Yeah.
He's probably going to leave the mana open. But no, I completely agree with you. It's the collection of all of the keywords. They were trying too hard to quote unquote fix Psychotog, right? And it just
By fix, Eugene meant to say super ultra power creep 9,000 because the fact
all that
the
Psychotog
fact that
did
it's
was
+1/+1 counters.
that's the big difference.
Blows it to a whole new dimension.
Because Psychotog was just until end of turn, right?
It was do a quick blow your load, and it's like a nerf or nothing type thing. Now this lets you kind of slowly chip away. Like he probably is going to throw a day. I'm surprised he didn't throw a days away.
Well,
personally,
but if you did, then it would signal to Andrew
Yeah.
and say, "Hey, I got plenty of these."
yeah. I don't know. I guess Andrew did miss a land drop, so.
Okay, here's the Nethergoyf. What? How big are we?
Land sorcery.
Instant. So it's already a 3/4.
Oh yeah, the stifle.
Yep. That's nice. A 3/4 for 1 mana. I like it. All he's got to do is find a creature to bin, and then it can profitably block a Rhino.
It's actually very true. Being able to have that bigger butt. Yeah, the Goyf stat line of bigger butt is very pertinent in this. I mean, I was going to bring up Shieldred, but Shieldred doesn't matter because it has Death Touch, but also it's very nice that it's
A 4/5?
yeah. Very annoying, truly.
So that, I don't know if you've been really following all the different flavors of Psychic Frog decks, but that's another one. It's a wheel deck.
Oh,
So you play Psychic Frog, so you can discard
Echo.
Echo.
Yeah, then
And
just
of course
Gober.
it's got LED too, but you
Yeah,
can just
and
discard it and pay 3
Bowmaster
mana.
and-
And it's got Shieldred, so
Yeah.
it's I think it's one of the less popular ones, but
so
it's there.
that was a deck before Psychic Frog.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and it was definitely a real thing, but now with the Psychic Frog giving it that outlet. All right, now we're seeing these days being deployed slowly but surely.
1 days pays for it.
Oh,
2
look
days.
at that, another days.
Oh no.
Wah, 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 wah.
He did have the same sweet blowout, but it didn't pay off this
So
time.
I guess Richardson, like you were saying, holding on to the days and not signaling that he has 4,000 days was probably a wise decision. Hence, Richardson being the resident Delver mechanic,
Yeah.
not player.
The mechanic.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I caught you.
I guess more so operator.
Is that
A magic card?
that was the 1 mana kick spell, isn't it? I don't even remember what it's
Spree or
called.
whatever.
It kills a thing that's CMC 2 or less, and if you pay kicker, then it just kills anything.
I have not seen that.
I can't even remember what it's called, but I
He's turning him sideways.
see it in not this format. I don't even know what he would bring it in for. But it might be a different card, and we just don't recognize it. The slow burn. I would, at this point, I would have put at least 1 card
Same.
into Psychic Frog.
Like, literally, even just bin that Surveil land, like, any bit of value.
Was he doing it now? After we've drawn cards? That's interesting. Oh, he's doing it because he's got too many cards. So instead of going to
Discarding the
discard,
hand size.
yeah, in the end step, he discards to Psychic Frog instead of a state-based effect.
I'll take that deal.
Ooh, Wastelands.
Good thing he kept the other underground. That's the only other mana source he has.
So we have a Fire Ice here. And I think a Brazen Borrower. And then I'm not sure what else. Oh, the Mystic Denial. The blue spell that
Mystic, the 3 mana one that
Yeah.
if it's a blue spell, it's 1 mana.
Yeah. I think he's got one of those in his hand.
It's not Confluence.
Mystic Dismissal, something. I don't know.
Mystical Dispute.
Mystical Dispute. We got there.
2 heads is better than 1, baby. Yeah, you proved it.
Oh, we are in game 2. Sorry about that.
Wow, you let these viewers down.
I did. All 2 of them. Nah. I'm just messing.
There goes that Brazen Borrower, bouncing the Psychic Frog. I guess that's another reason why Richardson has been so conservative about the counters, because he knows that Viknir's most likely response is going to be the Brazen Borrower. Or I guess answer necessarily.
There
He
he
could have
goes.
pushed more damage earlier. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. We're not entirely certain what Viknir's at, but
It could have been a lesser number.
it's true.
Why is Brazen Borrower in another dimension?
Because it's on an adventure.
What is this on a different table?
It's gone. Forever.
There's Underground Sea we knew about, and he's got double frog in hand now.
I need to know what this card is that is under his thumb. It's driving me
Is
insane.
it another Nethergoyf maybe?
No way.
That's,
Oh, we got a Stifle. Okay.
so we've got the next Rhino. Oh no, not this one.
So
Oh no, he can stifle the.
stifle the rhinos.
Yeah, he can
When it comes
stifle
out?
Yeah, no, he can stifle it from ticking down, and then it gets stuck in the Shadow Realm forever.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, having no land is pretty brutal there, buddy. Oh, he needs to protect himself. The selfish stifle.
Well,
He's gotta do it.
oh, the stifle to protect the land.
Yeah. Save yourself, comrade. Commodore. Yeah.
So we still trade, or not
That
trade,
was
but
like casting Wasteland.
yeah.
Wasteland, target Wasteland.
Here's some rhinos. Do we have any counter magic? There's
Yeah,
a daze.
You can't double days this, buddy boy.
So we get some rhinos.
See,
Do we have a creature in the yard yet?
Nope.
They've just all been bounced to
Bounce,
hand,
that's
huh?
what I'm saying.
That's brutal.
Yeah. It's
I
almost
think-
like Brazen Borrow is literally like the only thing you'll see that in Fire Eyes.
If I were Andrew, not to say that I have the perfect information or anything, but I think I would have discarded at least a creature into the yard to grow the Goyf.
But I think the only creature he could discard would be another
Psychic Frog?
I don't think it's worth binning the frog. Potentially. I think that's what he's going through. But I see what you're saying.
Not having any lands is brutal here.
Yeah, that's also granted, he did bin a land. Let's remember that.
That's true. Okay, here's another one. So we can at least double block a rhino. And then it grows the Goyf.
Just kidding.
Tap it down. But we got the days. But this is end of turn, so he can't get a land drop.
I think it's worth dazing. Because wouldn't he draw a card too? It stopped him from drawing.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm into that. That's like a not 2 for 1, but
He's
Yeah,
like,
pretty cool.
oh my god, he's got 3 of them. He just cast one. He's got 2 more in hand.
so he's like, I'll tap this whore down. and
I'll
then
do it
crush.
again.
Yeah. That feels very good. Usually when you daze something, you want it to be the only time you see that thing. But Victor's about to show me he's got a lot of things. A lot of things.
A lot of things.
A lot of spells to cast. A lot of sideways spells.
Man, I would say that Vic Nair's in a better place
Yeah, but he
than
didn't.
Richardson.
I
It's
can
surprised that he didn't pull the trigger on anything.
I personally would have swung, but I know he knows that deck better than either of us combined. So
You're
I
not
respect.
wrong. Okay, so
what in the tarnation is that?
this is the spell I was talking about. So what it kills is a thing with CMC 2 or less.
Oh, that's one you can kick. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember this now. Yeah.
And you can kick it to kill anything, I think, for a grand total of 4 mana.
Yeah, that's very expensive.
But it kills a rhino.
Seems a weird thing to board in.
I have no idea what else in the format Andrew Richardson is scared of to have that in his sideboard.
I mean, it hits Bowmasters. It's
I wish I remember what this card was called, because that would help inform. Let's take a look at some Delver lists.
just here. I'll Google it. He got another land.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. We got the Shieldred's Edict here now. We could put Psychic Frog back into play. I feel like a Psychic Frog.
Blood Chief's Thirst.
That's it. If it was kick, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Okay, so you can kill planeswalkers with it.
But it's kind of lame sauce, though.
I guess it kills other Psychic Frogs for 1 black mana. But I guess Fatal Pitch does too, so...
It's sorcery. That's so lame.
I don't know.
Like, I get that it's flexible, but also... I would give it a 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of this, Price of Progress, in Delver decks right now.
Excuse me?
Yeah, man. I'm blowing out Eldrazi aggro.
Just casual.
Well, Eldrazi aggro plays all of 2 basics in the entire deck. So, you get to Price of Progress halfway through the game. They take 15 or 16.
Yeah, it's kind of big adios.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Also, I don't think Andrew's on Grixis now that I am
What do you
paying
mean?
attention.
He's on Grixis.
No, where's the red?
Oh, he's on blue black.
He's on blue black.
I was like, I see the black man everywhere. What are you talking about?
Here we go. Guivanella. Resident powerhouse MTGO player. The Psychic Frogs. I don't know if Richardson is playing Tameo. I think the Nethergoyfs are in place. Ooh. Answers Tameo. On either side, sure. Yeah, I could see that. Welcome to the stream. I guess you're finished with your game.
Oh, there we go. Surprise.
Oh, unless this
Of
isn't
course. It's gotta be. There's no way it's not AJ's shrimp. Just in case you want to blow your brains out real quick.
this.
Yeah, no, to the left.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read that number?
Okay, looks like we've got 4 rhinos on the field, or 3 rhinos on the field now. Yeah, I guess if you bring in Blood Chief's Thirst against the Mirror, it can deal with almost any of their threats for 1 mana. So it's kind of a mirror breaker. but not Kiki-Jiki. What is that?
What? Is it Delver?
Yeah, he's got like piece of paper on that card.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's Delver.
I don't know.
My heart says Delver.
What do you think of his Shieldred's Edict here? That's been stranded in his game for like 6 turns.
I mean, it technically is removal.
Okay, here goes a Delver of Secrets. Here's a counter. That grows the Netherglyph.
See, he's going all in now.
Okay, enough to block this Rhino. There's a lot of interaction in these aggro counter matchups here. Oh, he's pitching Psychic Frog. That is surprising.
Because I think he wants to trade. Or not trade, he wants to pick him off.
Well, it already was.
No, wasn't it only a 3? Does Psychic Frog have 1 base power?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was a 4/5. So I don't know why he pitched the other one to it. Okay, here's the Shieldred's Edict that he's been holding on to.
Yeah.
Okay, and Andrew Vigner says, that's enough. Let's go to game 3.
That was a bizarre last turn.
Yeah,
But I guess.
I don't play with Psychic Frog, but I felt like Richardson was being very conservative with it.
Oh, he had that blue colorless whatever.
Consign to memory?
Yeah.
Oh, it counters target triggered ability. So you pay 1 and it counters counters Cascade.
It's another stifle.
Yep. Yeah, it's just another stifle. It doesn't.
Well, it's not just.
It's not activated, but
It's worse stifle, but it's better counters. It's worse stifle counterspell, but they're both on 1 fucking card.
Yep.
Fudging card.
Yep.
Damn, it's pretty good when you say it out loud like that.
just like the way you said it.
Yeah. Just as Richard Garfield intended.
Oh,
Richard Garfield.
get your Rarfield here. All right, we are going into game 3 with our blue creature tempo off here. Well, I guess that's
I was gonna say
inaccurate.
different. Yeah. I was like, technically.
Rhinos isn't really tempo.
Mm,
I guess Rhinos kind of says
That's
deal
a
with the 8 power.
it's a little aggro combo,
Yeah, aggro combo.
but also has a little mid-range element. I mean,
Do you keep in Minx and Boo in this match, or is it just too easily answered? Like you pay, especially because
Okay.
they want to power it out, right?
real quick,
Yeah.
he has no bolts because he's not red, so Minskin doesn't fall prey to the. Oh, it just dies to bolts.
Uh-huh.
Realistically, the only answer he has is some swinging in for menace or using permission,
I think if
and also the Blood Chiefs thing.
yeah, I think if I were Vic Nair, I would probably leave it in.
I don't know. It depends. It really comes down to how much shit I need to bring in,
Yeah.
and then what other cards feel bad.
Yeah. I mean, really, I think Vic Nair is definitely in the minority of the overall meta here.
He's past it.
Oh, it's not. Cascade Crash, 0.4% of the meta right now, with 2 finishes in the last 2 weeks.
Here, pull up MTG.
A decent amount of finishes in the last 2 months. MTG Goldfish?
Yeah. I feel like Goldfish always has rhinos. They like rhinos. Legacy.
Rhinos. It's not on the top. Bomberman coming up before Rhinos.
Oh, jeez. All right, not a good sign, boys and girls. Teamer Cascade, 0.3%.
Yeah, so those are similar numbers. Looks like we did get some Rhinos here. I think it got countered.
Yeah, that was a turn 1 rhino, though. Spirit Guide, Basic Forest.
I mean, when you're all in, you're all in.
See, I think that's a correct thing to do, though.
We've got another Cascade spell coming next turn.
Because you knew you're playing around days. Because Richardson has no goddamn land in play.
Yeah.
So it's like force check. at the risk of blowing 3 cards, unfortunately.
Here's another Goyf.
Currently
So
just a 1/2.
a 1/2, but it's a threat. You know,
And
as soon
quickly
as
a 2/3.
yeah,
just so you can crack it.
effectively a 2/3 on board.
Yeah, thank you. Better terminology. I'm assuming
Is that a-
Richardson's going to get Surveillant.
I think Vicnair's got a consign to memory himself. Why would you bring that in?
What does it do?
I don't think it does anything against Richardson besides
It's got
Bad Stifle?
Card. It's got to be a different card.
hear people talking about consign to memory outside the booth right now.
Yeah, clearly it's a new hot item. They're trying to find out where to get their own set.
Well, I mean, Eldrazi Aggro. I am the Eldrazi Aggro player at the store besides one other guy, and it is a powerhouse. I will be honest.
It's a hoser.
The deck just has a lot of answers.
It's very fast. It basically puts Baby Smasher into play like a turn or two earlier.
Yeah. I mean, you can line breaker as soon as turn 1.
It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Hitting for 4.
Oh, yeah, I'm assuming this is Richardson fetching for a Stifle to just make Vicnair feel real sad.
I don't know if he has the Stifle. He does have the Brainstorm.
It sounds like he does.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. I was like, just the way that their body language is, I was like, he's got Stifle here. I was like, he said it out loud. That guy's got some thickness.
So now we're at a 2/3, hitting in for just 2. Don't worry about it.
No, it's gonna be.
Oh, maybe make it 3.
Hey, you didn't pump your frog, Judge. Okay. He heard me.
Oh, it's a Hull Breacher.
Oh, you salty dog.
Can you
I
imagine?
want Richardson to brainstorm.
He says,
so
"Okay,
badly.
trigger on the stack. Let's go."
Oh, before blocks.
No, he's got trigger on the
Oh.
stack. He's taking damage, and he Hull Breachers.
So,
So
Richardson's like, get out of town here. What are you gonna do, Brazy B? Yep, there's a Brazy B.
send that right back.
I'm not gonna lie, Victor's hand is pretty garbage.
Oh yeah. It's looking pretty grim for the non-frog player here.
I mean, theoretically, he could just rip combo right off the top.
Got his own Brazy B. He's
If,
got 5 mana.
if Richardson blows any more mana on his frog, he can really make him feel stupid.
He passes turn. Yeah, because everything's at instant speed, so you pass turn. The problem is he has enough mana to do all the stuff in his hand, but if he blows he's gonna do it the opposite way.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to
That makes
deal
sense.
with the weird land floaty business.
Yeah, I was gonna say
thinking
he's
about
gonna
it
show
too.
his hand.
Yeah. Yeah, pitch Spirit Guide, huh?
What? Take some damage.
Yeah, but now he doesn't even need to do it.
Land Psychic Frog once again. Don't you?
What?
Wouldn't you in that scenario probably bounce the Nethergoyf? Oh, he doesn't want to blow all the cards out of his hand. I mean, that makes
Just
sense.
make him spend more mana. I think bouncing the frog is always correct whenever it has a counter on it, just
Yeah.
because you're negating that.
He just says it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You got it.
My hand equals the garbage can icon.
The the
It's very bad.
the hottest garbage.
It's a bizarre sideboard tech, I'm gonna be honest.
It's interesting, but at the same time, I feel like it's not doing a whole lot for Vicnair. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
you're making treasures. Obviously, denying the draw is the main reason, but what are you doing with all that extra mana?
It seems muff.
Yeah,
That's just me personally. The disputes though, very nice. Very nice. The spree, whatever, super stifle, Douthie.
Consign to memory was a spicy include.
Why Douthie? Just another threat? I'm trying to.
Something to get through.
Yeah, I guess it is something to get through. It gets through creatures.
You could do rhinos yourself, right? If you have a Douthie in play. So that's something. You throw down Douthie, they
2
resolve
mana.
rhinos, you tap and get rhinos.
I take that deal, Eugene.
Are these Delvers? They have to be Delvers. These guys right here.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, there you have it. Round 2 is gonna go to Andrew. Yep. Good job, Andrew. Unfortunately.
Thank you for also putting up a good fight, Andrew.
Yes. Andrew dropping
Valiant
into the X1 bracket.
Well, not enough time to find another table, but I don't know. We can.
Well, let's have that conversation we were talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna say about grief.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the hot topic issue right now. Everybody's talking about grief. Everybody's talking about.
Everyone's talking about banning grief.
Banning grief.
They don't even care about any other card. The first thing that comes to everyone's mind is grief. Although grief has been hanging around for years at this point.
Yeah, MH2.
With very minimal changes to the card pool to allow for such a deck to exist. So I feel like it's more so like a deck progression thing where we're at right now. But I'll let you talk about how you feel about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, I have been playing Grief for a very long time. I think pretty much since it entered the format. But for the longest time, people were saying that Grief was terrible. And I even had a shirt made for me that said that Grief was unplayable trash, and it had Ephemerate on the back. And that's what I was doing. I had Reanimate, I had Ephemerate in the deck, and it was fine. I won a lot of games, but what it really comes down to is when you pair Grief with blue. And I think people started to figure that out, I don't know, like a year ago? That you started seeing blue-black?
I would say even less than that, honestly.
Yeah, like half a year?
I feel like it's 6 months. It's like very recent addition to the whole meta in such a tempo-y, non-full-in reanimator. Like this whole quote-unquote scam angle.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Like, they were playing scam in Modern, but like, who cares? Legacy's not Modern. They were doing that nonsense, but everyone's like, oh, nobody cares.
Right.
Grief's not good enough for Legacy, and then all of a sudden Grief appeared, and everyone's like, oh my god, we need to ban this card. It's too good.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of like that was the beginning of the end, right? Yeah. This idea of this archetype of scam, quote unquote, where you're using Reanimate as a value card instead of trying to sneak a fatty into play.
And I think one of the key aspects of the deck, because you mentioned the whole color difference from going from white to blue.
Yeah.
When you're running all this Grief, Reanimate, this scam package, you don't have really space for interaction. So your interaction is just deleting cards from their hand. So if you can't ride what you remove from their hand and like Grief to victory, and like you're stuck with what you've got when you're with white, but when you're with blue, you can, like you said, adapt to the environment, and like, you're able to produce other game plans besides just do the thing and hope for the best. Like you get to do the thing and then protect said thing and like continue producing more things.
Right.
That's, I think, that's what pushed it over the edge.
Yeah. And so we've gotten to this, this position where newer cards have been added to the format. One of the big pushes was the Lord of the Rings stuff, where you add Troll of Khazad-dûm and you add Orcish Bowmaster, and that's a version of this deck. But then what really has kind of gotten people up in arms is Psychic Frog.
Yeah, I think even before the printing of Psychic Frog, people were starting to get all upset and rumors were starting to spread. And then Psychic Frog was really the key that kind of broke it open, because Troll of Khazad-dûm unlocked a few lines where, like we're saying, you get to keep these one land wasteland hands that give you access to black mana, and you have your quote-unquote scammable creature that's like not necessarily a fatty, but still gets the job done.
Yeah, and 3 turns.
Yeah, and that whole package can be 5 cards. So like you can mulligan moderately and still have a quite aggressive hand.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I mean, the fact that Troll has the Mega Menace is you have this 3-turn clock that is effectively unblockable.
Oh, yeah. Very rarely, once in a blue moon, is that thing ever blocked.
Yeah. But, just a few weeks ago, we had a player on camera who was just playing mono black scam, produced Troll on turn 1, and it immediately got bounced. And, it's like these powerful things that were great 6 months ago have just completely fallen by the wayside with the power level that we're seeing with these new cards.
Yeah.
So like Troll, we don't even see Troll in the current version of Blue Black, right?
I think one of the reasons, speaking of blue and black, that's what makes Psychic Frogs so powerful, truly. Because we mentioned earlier, Whale of the Forgotten was a fool's errand in an attempt to find some blue-black card that can pitch to Force of Will and Grief.
You're just trying to convince yourself that it was good enough.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. We tried, we came, and we realized it was really bad.
But like you could mill 3 and draw a card or something, right?
Yeah, or you could literally do anything else. Like it was, like the art was cool, and like that was where like the fun parts ended. Like I wish it was really more playable, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but you're completely right.
Is...
Frog has jumped into that slot of pitchable to all of your best spells, all of the free spells, and also
it's a good spell.
Is its own threat.
And you can never have too many of them because you have too many of them. You just pitch it to itself and make it bigger. Like if you're in a scenario where you get Wasteland or something, you're just riding that frog to victory. Who cares if it's Magus of the Moon, you get Wastelanded? You just keep... Oh, there's a Chalice on 1. Who cares? My frog is bigger. Like,
yeah.
It just... The conversion of duds into just literal power and toughness at a very efficient rate of paying no freaking mana, just discard a card.
Yeah.
Like that. Anything with no mana involved is very powerful.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful.
Do you think that would have fixed it? If you had to pay 1 mana for each card you discarded?
It'd be unplayable.
Oh, it'd be unplayable.
I truly think it'd be not unplayable, but I don't think anyone would be playing it right now. Like it's
even with the draw unchanged, just that pay 1 to discard.
If there was no Lightning Greaves and Shuko and whatever that white creature is, do you think anyone would be caring about Nadu?
Oh, yeah, probably not.
Right?
Yeah.
It totally warps. Obviously, Nadu's a more extreme example, but it shows that little. If it was 1 mana, it's useless. You wouldn't care. It wouldn't be as bananas. You know?
Because it has to be hyper efficient in order to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
A 3 mana spell is gigantic.
Yeah.
Like, this is where we're at.
So, I mean, every single content creator that I see is outcrying for the Grief to be banned right now. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. In the beginning, when everything was first happening, I was in Bowmaster shock, and I was like, oh, this is it. Like, get this out of my face. Like, this card is beyond egregious. Like, this, that, and the other. You snag 1 Brainstorm, and you got this gigantic, like, 3-turn clock. Like, it's whatever.
Oh, you mean Bowmasters?
Yeah. In the beginning, I was
in the beginning.
Yeah, I was all like, I was in like shell shock of Bowmaster existing.
Sure.
It was so brutal. But now as I've it's died down. I mean, it's still a Magic card and it's still pretty busted, but it's not game. It's meta warping, but it's not game breaking.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's a great way to put it. I really think that Bowmasters has kind of found its niche in the Legacy format. I don't think it's bannable by any degree.
I think there's a lot of it in the meta, partially because we're not in the new phase, but it's a card where it's only 1 black man, like it's only 1 colored pip.
Yeah.
It produces multiple bodies. It has a state base, like it just has a lot of text on it, so it's already very good. And not to mention it has flash, and it answers itself.
Yeah.
So like the second you have any bit of it in the format, it's like a positive feedback loop of more Bowmasters being Bowmastering.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay because, like I said, it warped the meta, but it didn't like speed it up necessarily too egregiously or slow it down to these like crazy turn 10 everyone draw going waiting for someone to play their Bowmaster first. Like it's not that.
Yeah.
But it's not like turn 1 Dark Ritual double Bowmaster. I don't know. Something like it's not.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
So I think it's okay. It's just frustrating.
It's a little frustrating, but even if somebody plays a Bowmaster now, I don't really care. It's like fine, okay. It's an accepted thing in the format. I don't think it's going anywhere. If I were to look at another card that I think is more egregious, at least the way that it's used, I would say that Up the Beanstalk is a worse perpetrator of like unfair stuff in the format than Bowmaster.
I would agree that Beanstalk produces more game-breaking board states where you can leverage the Bowmaster and get all this great value. And yes, with the Leofold, some crazy stuff happens, but I feel like on average, Beanstalk is doing more broken stuff per game.
Yeah.
And it has more of a cascade effect. Like Bowmaster can kind of like put the brakes and slow things down or speed things up a little bit, where Beanstalk is like you can go from really behind to so far ahead in 1 to 2 turns.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
really hits the gas.
yeah, it's very explosive. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like, it's just so funny because, you know, we're kind of both agreeing here that Beanstalk is probably a better card, at least in the deck that it's designed for, than Bowmaster is in any generic deck. But we see no Beanstalk right now.
Yeah, right now it's just
gone.
Yeah.
It's not good enough.
It's full throttle scam. I think it's because scam is so good that now these other types of aggro decks become a lot better. Specifically,
Tempo beats control usually, right? In the triangle, the rock paper scissors.
yeah, from what I'm aware of.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe that's it.
But
like
I feel like the aggro beats this tempo deck. Like
usually.
I feel like the Eldrazi deck motorhomes this deck, and so does Painter. Like we were saying.
My personal experience is I get about 3 to 1.
Really? So yeah, that's motoring.
Yeah.
That's a pretty. Just because I feel like, obviously, so the problem with the Grief configuration is you're like, oh, you keep your 7, and yeah, you have multiple lands and spells, but usually you have 1 to 2 high impact spells. And if you're able to steal those 1 to 2, then you're kind of like not really cooking. Where I feel like 9 out of 10 Eldrazi spells is big haymaker or some like medium sized fatty.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole deck.
The deck is
that.
just haymakers.
And 4 Lotus Petals. Like that's
Yeah.
So I feel like woe is me, unless you kept like a 5-lander, you're gonna be in an okay state.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, one of the key weaknesses of Rescaminator is there's practically no removal. Like one of your only removal spells is Bowmasters.
That's changed quite a bit though. I feel like
I see like 2 fatal pushes here and there.
Yeah, so we're running 4 fatal
4
push.
Fatals now. Okay.
This Grixis version is running mainboard Molten Collapses.
Okay, well, besides this weirdo, but
The guy that got 7-1 at the Legacy 5K in SCG Con Baltimore last week.
okay, a doofus. Yeah, no, I agree. Like I was saying, the weakness was the lack of removal. So adding removal is a good decision.
Yeah.
Because that's what really lets those aggro decks leverage the hell out of the board state.
Yeah. So if I had to choose yes or no ban Grief, I probably would be I would probably be in the camp of yes ban Grief, but not because I personally am annoyed by the card, but because it is locking down so much of the deck construction of the new set.
Pool.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
because it's so obvious that Grief plus Psychic Frog plus the Shell is the best deck in the format.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's not to say that the format's a puzzle, but it's almost like you're trying to like solve different angles, and there's always like various options, and like some rise to the top, but the gap between other decks and this deck is just so vast where you're a fool to play something else, which is a shitty space to be in because you want it to be open to other decks.
That's the whole reason that we play this game, right?
Yeah.
Like is to be able to tinker with the different cards. They give us new cards. We try them out in different variations, and it's fun to have that play space, that wiggle room. But when it's so quickly, I mean, what's it been, like a month since MH3 came out?
And it
was like the
43% of the meta.
And it's 43% of the meta?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
There was this I had no clue about until recently. There was a legacy event that was canceled.
Yeah, the Philadelphia.
Yeah, they canceled it.
Because they didn't want to play with Grief.
Yeah.
No. And that's so sad that, people will come out. They're big tournament organizers, too. I looked into it a little bit. And they always put on this 5K every year for Legacy. And for them to be like, yeah, Nah.
My gut is saying that wasn't the only reason. They were kind of just like piggybacking onto that because there's no way you just say, "Oh, no BNR, like no play."
Yeah.
Like that just seems like a poor financial. Unless they're really losing it, like they has had bad turnout. Like I don't know.
Maybe
5K is a big event.
5K is a big event. So yeah, not to say that the guys over at Eternal Glory podcast are the end all know all, but the kind of thing that they're saying is that what this grief non-ban has done is delay the creation of what the metagame was going to look like. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get, but that's only saying was going to look like if there is no grief. But if they just don't ban grief, and then we just maintain in this.
Oh, and we keep going this way?
I'm not saying that's the right thing. I'm just saying.
I mean,
they're speaking hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Still, so
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we really don't know. If Grief doesn't get banned in August, it'll be very interesting to see what the public response is going to be, especially with, I mean, like, I don't know if anything from Bloomborough is going to matter. It looks like a cool set. I like the stuff that's in the set.
There's cards with art. I'm like, you know, that's all I'm really privy to.
Yeah. Anyways, we had somebody jump in here, but what I was just gonna say is, like, we've got cool stuff in Bloomborough. We've got some really cool stuff in Duskmorn. That, at least from a couple cards that we've seen, if Grief is still around when both of those things release,
there won't be much evolution.
Yeah. It'll still be a very, very stale format, and we'll still have 50% of the metagame be Grixis Delver. And I don't know how, like, I'm fine with it being the Eldrazi player. I stomp on this deck, but everybody else, I don't know.
It's kind of reminiscent of the top era where you had counterbalance top.
Oh, sure. Miracles
deck was just, I can't remember the percentage. I just remember a friend of mine was at an event and he was like, half the people were playing this deck.
It's only
like
Miracles.
It was just everyone was playing the deck.
Top is good. Top is a good Magic card.
And the problem was, not only was countertop so good, but like you were incentivized to just always be activating top to like pay one and look at, like, if you had extra mana, you're just activating this card. So
yeah.
Like, it like every turn cycle, it's being activated like 4, 6, 8 times. You know what I mean? Like both people are activating, so like 3 turn cycles is like 20 minutes. Like shit would just be absolutely egregious.
At least we're not there. People can actually like take their time and actually play these games. Anyways, I think we've talked enough. Ban Grief, don't ban Grief. We'll all be here for it, and we'll see what happens.
If my money was on anything, I would say they're gonna ban it. But if they didn't ban it, I wouldn't be surprised because WotC is bananas. So
fair enough.
That's my tech tip.
All right, we are out of time here on round 2. We're gonna go see what's going on out there, and I'm sure we'll be back with round 3 in just a few minutes. See you soon.
we've got Ben playing some sort of Barogoyf nonsense. He's going to be submitting his deck, hopefully. And then I believe Max is on Painter.
It's 4-color loam.
Max has put in a lot of reps with Painter at the store many moons ago. Then he shifted to the Scaminator nonsense for quite a while. But has now come home to Baby Painter. I mean, there's a point he got, I don't know, on MTGO. There's a lot of trophies. He was playing this deck a lot. It was kind of the bread and butter.
Look at these one-ofs in the lands. Holy shit.
Keen-Eyed Curator.
A one-of. Is this... Oh, this is a Bloomborough card. So Bloomborough is legal. Right now we had the pre-release last weekend. And I think WotC got over deciding like, oh, well, you can have the cards for a week, but they're not legal yet. And now you have the cards, you can play them. So we have one Keen-Eyed Curator in this 4-color loam list, which is a 3/3 for 2 mana, so that's good. As long as there are 4 more card types among yards, it gets +4/+4 and trample. You can exile a yard in graveyard. From a graveyard.
I think it's just like a different slice of Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah.
But also, real quick, we need to look at Ben getting the sexiest value on planet Earth.
Oh, love the Riftstone Portal,
Yeah,
right? That's the name of that card?
Mox Diamond. That's why he was able to tap the Windswept Teeth for mana, because it makes a tap for both green or white.
Love it.
That's an old vintage tech.
Yeah?
It's for making Bazaar of Baghdad tap for mana because you'd cast Fragmentize on opposing hate.
So Ben in commanding lead of this game, I would say right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, granted, Maxwell does play on a lot of mountains, but also a lot of non-mountains, and it looks like he's shipping it up right there. That was it.
You scoop it, buddy.
Chalice on 1 locks out the 7 billion Pyroblasts, Welders, like, I don't even know how many countless spells.
That was nuts. So, yeah, just
That was a blowout. If anyone was wondering.
That couldn't have gone better for Ben. By the way, Shadow Sentry, into tacos for dinner. Absolutely. Fuck, man. That was swift and painful. That was wild.
That was brutal.
The Devastating Dreams is what Max was just looking at. As an additional cost to casting this 2 red mana sorcery, you can discard X cards at random from your hand, and each player sacrifices X lands and deals X damage to each creature.
I just want to talk about how the resolution of this spell, before anyone has a chance to say counterspell this, that, the other, you have to freaking hymn to Turok yourself.
That is true. That's probably why it's a 59-cent card.
Yeah, the foil's $11. Onslaught's hot. I'm buying this card.
You gotta get it.
Yeah, nothing beats at the CDH tournament. Whenever I saw anyone with a 7th foil Final Fortune, I always asked, did you have this card for a while? And 10 out of 10 times, the answer was, yes, I've had this card for a while. Because nobody is spending the $400 or whatever.
Is that what it's worth now? Oh, my God.
7th edition foils are stupid. I'll look it up right now. It's something bananas, though. That's all you need to know.
I could just, I thought I could put it in here.
Okay, it's his deck. We're not looking.
Oh. Final Fortune. $27 card.
Oh, just wait for it.
So it's a sorcery, right?
It's instant.
Oh, it's an instant that gets you an extra turn?
Yeah, that's why it's so sick.
Take another turn after this
I'm
one.
thinking of Last Chance then.
I
thought Final Fortune was 7th edition.
Switch printing?
Okay, it is. Yeah, yes.
Oh,
my apologies. It's only $1,500, Eugene.
$1,500 for your foil 7th edition Final Fortune.
It's beautiful, though. I have to admit.
I mean, it is a very good looking card.
I saw multiple in person, and I was like, damn, that's not worth $1,500, but it's pretty cool. If anyone wants to buy my metalworker, my Discord is linked below.
So 4-color loam, Maverick, whatever you want to call it.
Ben pile.
Ben pile is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, how different is a Ben pile than a Strifo pile?
vastly different. First thing is white mana.
White mana versus blue mana.
Never heard of it. That doesn't exist in the Strifo domain. Although they do share the Dak Fadens at many points in time. Usually the biggest thing is Green Sun Zenith and Life from the Loam is like the core of what Ben's got going on.
Sure.
And he's more in the Mox Diamond, Chalice, like that, more landsy aspect. Where Strifo is just playing like all the like really good value 2-for-1. Not necessarily the most mana efficient, but the most doing stuff efficiently.
Okay.
Like the number of actions per card, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're just trying to squeeze as much value.
Yeah.
Like your one card is worth like 2 to 3 effects.
Yeah. You want it to be doing a lot of stuff.
So that
It might not be on 1 mana, but man, is it doing a lot for that 2 mana.
Oh yeah.
But they both have their places. Having access to white mana in a lot of cases can be quite useful.
I mean,
Swords to Plowshares is one hell of a drug.
this Chalice on 1 here, I think, is game defining because of the 1,000 1 drops.
Yeah. So the thing is, what I was about to say right there is if Max leads on a welder, then all of a sudden this Chalice becomes much less threatening. Because likely Ben will be able to huck some sort of artifact in his yard by incident or whatever, and then he'll be able to weld the Chalice away.
This is interesting. Why? I mean, I guess you just deploy the Mox Diamond because deploy the Mox Diamond. Kind of setting up for a construct here.
Yeah, technically you are playing around Vexing Bauble. So
Oh, sure.
this is the world we live in.
I do like that card quite a bit.
I also agree with this statement.
3 mana.
Oh,
The
this
engine.
is, from every painter person I ever talked to, this card gets. This is the thing that's got them going the most in the past few years.
Gets it done.
Because it kind of made Engineer just so much better. Because instead of entombing an intrinsic combo piece, now you're just turning it into this heinous card draw engine. And you don't even care if they get rid of it, like the goblin, because you
Right.
still have this thing just hanging out, waiting to produce cards in your yard.
The unearth is like 5 or something, right?
I can't remember. It's a lot.
Yeah. So you're usually not
But-
unearthing it.
It does happen. I mean, this is a City of Trader, Ancient Tomb.
It does draw cards though. Like that's the huge thing.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
such a mid-range kind of powerhouse.
It's free.
All right,
It's
so
so
we're seeing mana, I think. Here's another Mox Diamond.
No way.
1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, he could deploy like a Minskin Boo here, right? I thought I
Does
saw
he
that
run
in the
Minskin
list. Yeah, it's in the side. I don't know if you bring it in against Painter though.
Well, we're about to be proved wrong. Ready?
He's got the lands, so he's trying to discard what he's gonna, or trying to decide what he's gonna discard here. I think.
All I know is he has a summer basic forest right there. and it
That's
looks
pretty
really
hot.
nice.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Ben sending a Mox Diamond straight to the yard. Get it out of the deck. That seems like an odd play
I mean, if he has nothing else to grab from it, I get it.
because he must have taken out the Vexing Bauble.
Oh, there goes that forest we spoke of. Beautiful.
Oh, it's okay. All right, so it's in play.
No, it was another Mox Diamond from hand.
Oh, there's a third one.
Yeah, that was from hand.
What is that white spell?
What white spell? Was it in his hand?
Yeah. Okay, this is
Oh,
4 mana.
Oh, ending.
Prismatic Ending.
See, now ending being 1,000,000 times better than normal removal there.
Yes, a card
Because-
that almost no one plays anymore.
Surprisingly. Everyone was very scared of it when it first came out. Also, I want to say that this Fable is the better art of Fable. It's got the alternative Kiki art.
Oh, sure.
They're butting heads in the picture.
I like it.
It's much better.
Okay,
Damn, MoxDiamond.deck over here. Holy smokes.
all 4 diamonds making an appearance.
So at least, you know, there's no more dead draws. as I say that, Ben will somehow manufacture a dead draw, but
So what, you got a 3/3 to attack in. Not the most useful. Probably hold it back to kill the goblin. Oh, Force of Vigor.
okay, yeah, get rid of that Fable, yeah. And setting it back a land also very good. Because realistically, Grindstone does nothing until it's combo time, so it's just sitting there. It's just an artifact in play.
I've seen people,
Yeah, slow milling is a definite strategy. That
but they mill
exists.
themselves,
Oh,
looking for stuff to have in the yard for the welder and all that. Okay, so the Chaos Defiler, and I think he exerted it.
Nuts. Wait, you can exert it?
Yeah, so this card right here is Arena of something.
Oh yeah. It gives
And
it haste, right?
yeah, basically you filter it for 2 mana.
Yeah.
You exert the thing. I guess he didn't do it.
I don't think he needed to.
Yeah, Chaos Defiler kind of good enough on
its
its own.
Swept it up. I think Ben's hand was pretty muff,
Yeah,
to be honest.
I mean he blew his last 2 cards to deal with the.
Yeah. Let's remember, Ben won the last game in 4.5 nanoseconds, so
Yeah, so
this is an okay outcome.
here we go. We're going to game 3, which is good.
Oh, Mr. Shadow Sentry, where are you getting these ribeye tacos from? 'Cause I'm in.
Invite us along. All right, so let's look at the sideboard here. What are you bringing in against Painter? Do you bring in Pyroblast?
I'm not really enthused on the blast. Because they run Chalice. Or no, you run Chalice.
Oh, that's a good point. So absolutely not is the
I don't
answer to that.
I feel like I'm in the whole
Force of Vigor,
Collector
Oof.
Oof. And
I think I would bring in the Hearsts.
like I feel like the Graveyard Shenanigans is like a medium axis. I don't know. It depends if he's running the Cauldron version. I don't know what Max is up to, but because Cauldron's a real magic card. When you start giving your goblins and other nonsense, oh my god, not Painter, the Goblin ability.
Yeah, the Engineer.
Engineer ability.
The Welder.
Yeah, when you turn other shit into welders, the whole game is changed.
Yeah.
No, it's truly mind-bending what you can do. And it's phenomenal graveyard hate. Like, worst case, it's just graveyard hate.
Yeah.
I'm a big Cauldron fan.
Oh, I love Cauldron. Yeah. It's nuts.
And it also makes the Walking Ballista just bananas.
What were we... We were brewing with a Cauldron list the other day. I'm trying to remember what the card was. It's gone now. Oh, well.
Agatha.
All about what your removal looks like, but most of the time when they turn on Pyroblast, you're losing, so you have to be really down bad.
No,
yeah, good point, Mason.
Basically, don't bring it in. Your other cards are inherently better.
Yeah. I do like that Ben always makes a smiley face for his opponents when he makes his opening 7.
I do like that Ben puts Dark Confidant in his deck almost at all times.
Fucking does.
Definitely not be running that card. He's like, I only have 5/7 drops. It's okay. Oh, see, that is something I do not want to see on Max's side. I know I have a lot of basics I can play with, but that's no fun. Because he just turned off the whole...
Is that a Dark Depths?
It indeed was a Dark Depths.
Oh, just have a one of Dark Depths Thespian stage.
Yeah, what do you know?
Here it is. We're setting
does
up.
Knight of the Reliquary say tutor for a land if you sack a land?
Oh, there it goes, though.
Oh, we're not going to be able to see that text. But
that was too bad. I was hoping for a Dark Depths finish there.
Damn, the double painter just swinging for ones. Comical.
Gonna get him.
And notice here, double basic from Max's side. Oh, Green Sun's there. That's another knight in the future.
What can we green sun? We could green sun right now, couldn't we?
Yeah, we can get Keen-Eyed Curator.
Ooh. Well, that is your graveyard hate we were talking about.
Or you can get the Oofty Woofty.
It's probably better.
But it shuts off your own Mox Diamond.
Here you go.
A lot of dice. If he plays the Sloth, we're in good shape.
What's fun into dark depths, deflecting palm.
Yeah. Classic Emrakul line.
Love it. Looks like Ben is in the tank here. Got a green sun for something. Feels kind of bad. I guess he's got something that can instant speed in. Oh, he's got an abrupt decay.
That's got a text.
Abrupt decay has text. Here's an engineer.
So he's able to tutor something up, but he still needs some artifact junk in play to start playing games. I'm guessing he's going to get a little card advantage. I thought it was going to be either Defiler
The
or
Phyrexian Dragon Engine.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Cauldron.
What did we speak of? He wants that Life from the Loam or any other nonsense out of there.
Yep. Or, why don't you get the Knight of the Reliquary? That's pretty cool.
But you know what? He's going to have no plains or forests. So
he's going to say, one of these guys, adios. Go to my turn. Only have to do it twice more to not have to deal with Agatha's Soul Cauldron.
Well, also, there's no artifact in play currently.
Also true.
But that could change.
That could change as soon as next.
Yeah.
Oh, the natural.
That was off the top. All right, Benjamin. Now Max has to hit the Benjamin, otherwise he's adios.
So we've got the 2020 presented currently. Does Painter have a way to deal with it?
Oh, if he had another mana, he could have played. Oh my God, he had the bridge in hand.
Oh my God. Wow.
That was a nerf for nothing. He wasn't going to get there, though.
Both of these players just secretly having answers, but...
No, that was, I don't know, that was some Yugi energy there. Only has good cards in his library and just drew the absolute nut. He channeled his grandpa and just got there.
Heart of the cards.
Yeah.
Brought the thespian stage to the top.
Yeah, Pegasus could do nothing about that.
So we were right.
Max.
It was exactly Collector Oof and 2 Force of Vigors.
Yep. Let's see what Maxwell did. Furry, a Braid, it looks like some Boom Bus, and Blood Moons.
I mean, I guess I could see bringing in Fury. It doesn't catch Knight of the Reliquary super often, though.
Doesn't Boom Bust one of them bounce?
Boom Bust.
Isn't that what it is?
No, that's I played the card Dead Gone.
Dead Gone.
Yeah.
Is that Dead Gone or Boom Bust?
I think that's Dead Gone.
Yeah. I'm not the smartest guy.
But we'll see what Boom Dust does right now.
Destroys lands.
Destroy target lands. Yeah. Destroy all the lands.
I'm big wrong, everyone. It's whatever you said.
Yeah. Dead Gone.
Dead Gone.
Dead Gone was the tech for a while in red decks to be able to get rid of Murktide region.
Yeah, that's very good. I lost because of that card. It was not fun. Someone cast it and I learned that day.
Yep. Nerf or nothing.
Yeah. Oh, you should have typed it first so you couldn't type it.
I guess he got nothing. Yeah, Ben just steamrolling here tonight. That looks like he's going 3-0 with his loam pile.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what really happens with Ben. He either runs extremely hot
or he gets murdered.
Just absolutely
Mass
destroyed.
Murdered. He's like, yeah, I mulled to 5. What is life? You know?
Just the old 04 drop.
No.
03.
It's a little O2 barbecue.
02 barbecue.
Yeah, but it do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that sometimes. Okay. I think we should go find another match here with 27 minutes left on the clock. And, we'll really find something. And we'll be back to let you know. Well, Bryson's going out there right now. He's going to figure it out. I'll stay with the chat. We got 2 or 3 of you guys now. Max taking the week off from Rescaminator to play Painter. I know that Jonathan was also not a nothing match. Find a nerf. We'll try. We'll try to find a nerf match. I saw when we were out there a little bit earlier scanning around, we saw a lot of Nadu on the field. We haven't seen Nadu on cam tonight. Oh, I guess we have round 1. Maybe we'll get these guys to just shift over. All right, I'm going to go help Bryson. I'll be back. All right, guys. We did not find another game. Unfortunately, everybody's pretty deep into their game 2 or 3 right now. But what I did find was Ben wandering around the floor here, and we have him in the booth to talk about 4-color loam. Ben, how's it going tonight?
So I'm 3-0 right now. So I'm 3-0 right now. Coming off on Thursday of last week, 4-0 at Collector Legion as well. So
okay,
this particular list has been doing pretty well. I've gone back to the chalices because I like the vexing baubles, but I like being able to just shut off parts of people's decks way better than just shutting off Force of Will.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense. There's definitely a lot of discussion on whether Vexing Bauble is better or Chalice of the Void is better. But with you running the 4 of Mox Diamonds, I feel like it's really important to be able to resolve those instead of Vexing Bauble, right?
Usually, like, a lot of times when I was on the 4 Diamond 3 Vexing Bauble...
Apparently you're pretty quiet, so got to get right up on that mic.
All right, so when I was on the 4 Diamond 3 Vexing Bauble, a lot of times it was Land, Diamond, Vexing Bauble as my turn 1.
Yeah.
With this, I'm much more heavily inclined to, if it's a possibility, Land, Diamond, Chalice. Like, that is the optimal turn 1 99% of the time. The rest of the time, I want to do Land, Chalice, Dark Confidant.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, you are running 3 Dark Confidant, which is, just the most bold and brave thing you can do in Legacy right now. Has that been paying off? I mean, obviously, if you're 4-0 and 3-0 in your last 2 tournaments.
So I haven't played it a single time. No, I played it round 1, the turn before I swung for lethal, so it did nothing. But on Thursday, it ended up, air quotes, drawing me like 14 cards over the course of the night.
Oh my God.
With Bowmaster at an all-time low,
Yeah.
it is an absolute house. People just aren't equipped to remove it, and it draws while getting out of the way of things that prevent draw, like Narset.
Oh, sure. Yeah, because it's a Nadu style effect, right?
Yep.
It just puts it in your hand.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So something that I noticed right away here is you've got a one of a from Bloomborough, the Keen Eye Curator. How is that working out for you? Have you seen it?
Yeah, see, I wish I had it in there, actually, but I can't get a hold of one yet, so it's scavenging use.
Gotcha. Okay.
That said, a lot of people that I've been talking to, like especially on the Maverick Discord and the 4-Color Loam Discord, have been going both directions on it. Like, Scooz is better, the Curator's better. I like it here because it's still a green sun target, which is a lot of times because it's a one of how I get it out. And it's less restrictive on mana. So we can just wait. We can dump all of our, scrublands, plateaus, Bajuka bogs into that, whereas we can't with scavenging use.
That totally makes sense. Sorry, Shadow Sentry, we actually don't have a cam here in the booth. So if I were to put it on what we usually have set up, you would see nothing at all. It would just be a black screen. So it's either looking at the mat or looking at a black screen. So unfortunately, that's just where our setup is right now. We're kind of in between setups at the moment.
So 2 of the cards on here that we haven't touched on that are probably much less common that you're going to see. Barrow-Goyf. That card has been an absolute house.
Yeah, I love the concept of this card, and I've seen it in some lists, mostly blue-black lists. So to see it outside of blue, I love it.
Yeah, round 1, I was against Grixis Delver. I ended up with a 7-8 Barrow-Goyf. I don't think it's possible for Delver to beat that, unless they, triple block.
Yeah, and the fact that it has Death Touch, awesome.
Yes.
It discourages blocks, lifelink, it stabilizes you, and then to be able to maybe draw a card whenever you hit with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Extreme advantage.
Round 2, I played against Burn, and I had a turn 2 3/4.
Kind of negates a spell every turn.
Yes, and negates an attack for the most part.
Oh, absolutely.
Monastery Swiftspears are almost never going to want to come in the turn it comes down, even if they can trade with it.
Yeah. I mean, you're deploying a Barrow-Goyf almost assuredly on turn 2, right?
Usually. A lot of times I want to deploy it when I think it's safe because it is one of the best creatures. I mean, I only play mostly good creatures that I don't want to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to, look for opportunities where it is going to get the most bang for the buck out of, Barrow-Goyf, Knight of the Reliquary, and 6. The Mawloc, the Bowmasters, the Dark Confidant, the Keen-Eyed Curator. I'm sad to see them go, but I would much rather see one of them go than, the 3 drops, because every one of those usually can win the game within a turn or 2, or at least swing the game.
Yeah.
And then the other card that's on here that people probably haven't heard of in 11 years, Devastating Dreams.
Sure. We pointed this one out during your game. I think you showed it to Max in game 1. Just there, you're like, hey, this card exists, and he had to read it.
Yeah, so I told him I was going to side that card out face up because it's for pretty much one specific matchup. And that is the Eldrazi matchup.
Oh.
So it discard 3 at random. I can usually recover from better than most decks because of Life from the Low Mox Diamond.
Yeah.
My creatures survive it because Night grows based on how many I discard, and then it doesn't check damage until after resolution of the spell. So
Sure.
it's always going to survive unless it previously had damage.
Yep.
Um,
Bryson was trying to tell me, or like while we were talking about it, exactly that thing. You have to hymn to Turok yourself before you actually
Yeah.
even get to have the spell on the stack.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but that's actually a good thing, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, it's just not a bad thing. So like, if I discard, like if I loan back 3 cards and then cast it, now I'm discarding 3 cards at random. A lot of times those will be lands anyway.
Yeah.
And then each player sacrifices 3 lands. It deals 3 damage to each creature.
Yeah.
That's pretty much everything in the Eldrazi deck, minus like
Like Thought-Knot Seer.
yeah, Thought-Knot Seers and the 6/6.
Oh, Devourer.
Are the only things that are going to survive it. But a lot of times, if I'm doing this, turn 3 after deploying a turn 2 knight,
Yeah.
my knight will always survive. My knight's going to be pretty massive, and this is going to board wipe pretty much everything else.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that. That's some hot tech. I know you were on this card before Eldrazi was the thing, but
it did the exact same thing to goblins.
Oh, sure. Those are both Ben. Those are both the decks that I've been playing here for the last several
They're also
months.
the decks that have been running me over until I, readapt tech that, is decent.
Okay, all right. So it's not just for me specifically. Like you don't have some.
Oh no, it's specifically for
Oh,
you.
okay,
But
okay.
I'm selling it elsewhere. Otherwise,
Well, this is cool. I really like this, especially in a format that is just, absolutely dominated by a single deck archetype. This kind of breaks the mold a little bit. This gives us something fresh, something different. I really like what you're doing here.
the upside, and I'll sell this to anybody that wants to hear it. This deck destroys tempo. So as long as they don't go like turn to Archon of Cruelty, you're probably going to be in the driver's seat 75% of the time.
Okay, nice. How do you get over Frog?
Abrupt Decay and Prismatic Ending are a great removal for it. 6 has Reach, and then a lot of times they just end up either not being able to do anything because of Maze of Ith, or having to spend a lot of resources on much more problematic cards for them. Like, I've seen Frog pitch to Force of Will a couple times because of Chalice of the Void. It shuts down, half of their setup, and
Yeah.
now they're living off the top of the deck the same way I am, but my spells are way more impactful when they're not countered by Chalice.
Sure. Yeah, I've played that game before. Well, cool. All right. Well, thanks for coming in the booth and talking with us, and good luck in your last round if you don't split.
Absolutely.
All
Thanks.
right.
Have a good
Yep.
one.
Hello and welcome back to our final round of the night here at Tuesday Night Legacy, brought to you by Spellhold Games.
And tonight for the final round, we have some max on max warfare with Max Haddon on Painter, which we saw earlier, do some nonsense. And
Mostly get run over, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. I have no clue what you're talking about. I don't want to confirm or deny these allegations, but we know Painter could do a lot of painting things and do some quite degenerate play patterns.
And on the right, we have resident MTGO crusher Max Gilmore, who is either on... I saw him putting together Necro Dominance, or he had it all out on the table, but that could just be a deck that he's working towards. The other deck that I saw him playing was blue-black, just blue-black tempo.
Yeah, I really have no clue what he's on. 'Cause every time I see him, it's something else.
It's always different.
Yeah.
Max is always on the cutting edge of what could potentially be the best deck in the format. I think I see a Fatal Push. I think we're on blue-black tempo.
And then sometimes, once in a blue moon, he's showing us his hand.
Did you see it? I didn't. I wasn't
very
looking.
Poorly burnished us.
Oh, nope.
He's doing it again. Fatal Push, Stifle, Daze,
Yeah. Blue-black tempo for sure.
Polluted Delta,
Double push.
blue card.
I would keep it.
Oh yeah, we got multiple blasts, a land, and some other nonsense.
UB tempo.
I'm assuming from the painter side. All right, it's great to start with that. Little welder on one,
That's a welder?
right?
I mean,
Wel-
I guess it's
welder's
got to
the one
be.
drop, right?
Welder's the one drop,
Yeah, it's
so
a
it's got to
welder.
be. I just thought welder had different art.
There are other arts. Just
Okay, here's a
for one.
grindstone. No land pass.
Oh, no second. land.
Oh.
Okay, so we've got to assume that Max has either painter or just relied on the blast to really.
If I'm Max here, we just kill this thing. No? Okay. I don't.
Why?
Green?
But why do we care about killing it right now?
We'll just get it out of there, right? I mean, once a painter's active, or not a painter, but a welder is active, it's really hard to.
He can just wait to cast on their art. Like right now, painter does nothing, or not painter.
Welder.
Welder does nothing.
You're doing the
'cause
same
there's
thing
no-
I am.
Yeah, there's no other artifact. So like right now, he can take advantage, get his surveil in.
Sure.
Now he's got his black mana, and if he goes to cast something in response, he can delete it or just delete.
Here it
whatever,
is. There it
you know?
goes. Joseph, just to let you know, the days we stream are the first and third Tuesdays of the month. This is the 5th Tuesday of the month, so this is a bonus stream basically. But yeah,
Science.
there were many Tuesdays this month.
But as we saw, Witherbloom Command being one of my all-time favorites in the Sultai beans.
The Barrow-goyf. Here he
this the
is.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, this is either the Barrow-goyf or the Barrow-goyf, however you want to talk about it. But this is the big boy coming in, being a threat. Death Touch, Lifelink. Every time this thing hits, you probably get a card back.
And right now it's got creature, land, sorcery, artifact. And I think there's an instant age cast a brainstorm. So right now this thing's a 5/6.
That's pretty good.
So he's swinging. Yeah. Oh, it's lifelink. Holy smokes.
And let's just put
Return
Brazen
the
Borrow in our
Brazen
hand.
Beat, Little Brazzers Borrower.
Still playing it, huh, Max? That's what I thought.
Yeah. He was like, maybe I can. No, I can't.
At least draw the card, see what it is, and nope, not gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, that Witherbloom, not necessarily doing backbreaking work, but still leaning in on that.
I have not
voicing.
seen this Sultai version that Max is on right now. This is
Well,
pretty
maybe
interesting.
Nobody's seen it.
Maybe nobody's seen it. I mean, he is
Maxwell hasn't
constantly
even seen
brewing
He's-
the deck he's
Yeah,
playing.
he just synthesized it on the drive over.
He's like, maybe we try this.
Did you say Magic Cards, the Maxwellian?
Yeah, I don't see. Oh, here we go. Bug mid range, maybe.
I think that's Bant Beans, but yeah, we'll see.
Oh, this
No.
is kind of.
Yeah, but it's got Tameo Inquisitive Garbage.
We don't know if it's got he has Tameo or not.
Tameo,
Just one archetype of endurance.
bad,
What a Chad.
bad Magic card.
This is his entire sideboard. Gain hexproof. Let's go.
This is a Reanimator sideboard tag.
That can't be what that guy actually registered.
See, this is a real sideboard. Generous Ent? What in tarnation is that?
It's the green cycler.
Oh,
So for a cycling, when it enters, create a food token and it has reach.
yeah, it seems kind of bad.
Well, I mean, it's a 5/7, so it kills the troll. But
I hate how you said that. 'Cause I was just about to say, but Troll's so much better.
to be
But
fair,
also
it's
you
not
need two other
it's not
creatures.
blocking troll is
yeah,
the
see?
problem. But it is blocking it's blocking Psychic Frog for a very long time. It's blocking Murktide Regent sometimes.
Yeah, 7 booty is a lot of booty.
That's a big booty.
It's a lot of toughness, not a lot of power, a lot of toughness.
Is it running Reanimate? Yeah. So very much a scam style deck, using the Reanimate that we've been talking about all night. No idea if this sideboard is accurate or not.
No idea if this even deck is accurate or not.
No. So just a fun fact: Max played in the big MTGO tournament last weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, he was running Eldrazi.
dude, Eldrazi's a house.
Yeah,
Legacy, I'm assuming we're talking.
Legacy. Yeah, this is Legacy. Is the Showdown? I think it's called when it's online.
I trust whatever you say.
I don't know. There's like 5 or 6 versions. Like you have to win all of
You have
these
to
little
qualify,
tournaments.
yeah.
Qualify to qualify to qualify to play. It's absolutely insane. The grind that the MTGO players have to go through. But Max is out there fighting the good fight. Got a bunch of trophies.
He's sweaty enough. He can do it.
Yeah, man.
And he does it while having a kid.
It just
Respect the father life.
incredible.
Also, Eugene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not getting trophies, but I'm out there. I'm doing my.
Putting in the Lord's work.
I'm trying. I got a 4-1
Improving.
yesterday. Lost to another trophy guy.
I
But
heard Mana Traders recently changed their policy. How has that affected?
they did, and it was
I heard it was
kind of
pretty
devastating.
tragic,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it really
Pretty
punishes the long time,
Yeah.
which
I've seen.
which is really bad. I was going on my 40th month of being a part of the
Quite
service.
commitment.
Yeah, you kind of just leave it run, and it's convenient enough.
Hmm.
I lost 70 ticks off of my total, so I went from like 550 down to 480, and they're charging me $5 more a month.
It went up.
Yeah.
That's devastating. Wow.
So all of the bonus that I had basically gained over the last year gone,
Mm.
and yeah. So I think what they said was like it's a half ratio. So like whatever you were getting, it's now like if you were getting 2 to 1, it's 1 to 1.
Hmm.
So
It's rough.
not happy with
Yeah,
the
sorry about
company,
that.
but you know I'm not gonna change over to Card Hoarder or whatever.
All right.
Ooh,
Max on a phenomenal start. I think, like as my friend Walt said from the beginning, the reason why Fable is so good is because it just does so much Magic the Gathering, and it does it on all. It makes a creature that's relevant to combat. It generates mana with the treasure. It loots to create card filtering and selection. It also provides something that copies and has a combo. Like it literally just does all the things on one card.
it is 4 Magic cards stapled together
Yeah,
on one card.
And a very, very fair. The fact that it's 2 colorless and a red is just mind bending. Like it could have had multiple color pips, but no. It was so land. Like that exact play that just occurred is why it's so bananas. Because Fable on 3, okay. Fable on 2, pretty good. Fable on 1 is bananas.
Here goes
Like, look,
your mana engine.
Maxwell just paid mana and a spell to get rid of a token where the permanent's still doing stuff.
1/3 of the card.
Yeah. Talk about a third for one. Like,
Yeah.
that's just.
And
Oh.
oh no, oh
So
no.
Max's hand, I saw just another City of Traders.
So here's a 2/2.
Yeah, but he does get another creature next turn.
That can
And
make more 2/2s.
if he rips a Hail Mary, another Fable.
Oh, okay.
Saga's fantastic here.
Urza Saga, very nice. Psychic Frog kind of invalidates combat here.
Oh wait, he forgot to flip his Fable.
That's fine. He'll figure it out. So we're going to pitch Life from the Loam here. Oh, this is interesting. We're going to blast this. And Max will figure out that his Fable needs to be flipped at some point. There we go. He's like, oh, right. This card exists. Okay, here we go. Max Gilmore losing his Psychic Frog feels bad. It's a good thing that Pyroblast is a card that exists. It's exactly what it's for.
It makes sense why Haddon kept that. I wouldn't say weak hand, but not necessarily very strong hand.
This is a Murderous Cut.
This makes me want to believe that Max is playing up the Beanstalk.
I could see that.
Since why in the heck would you be playing that?
Well, because you can discard a whole bunch of stuff to Psychic Frog, right? So you can fuel the Delve if you really need to.
I do agree with that.
Ooh, the
Wow, that
ho, ho, ho.
Soul Guide Lantern.
Soul Guy Lantern getting rid of the
Loam.
value loam.
I have no clue what the heck that is, but he's.
Is this? It might be Springheart Nantuko.
It just.
Oh, he flashed it in. What?
What the heck is happening?
So it drew a card for 2 mana, and then he played Tameo.
I have no clue what happened, but it happened.
It's got to be a some sort of green card. It's not Springheart Nantuka though. I don't know what's green. Is it Ground Seal? It might be Ground
But
Seal.
he has it in the creature position.
We'll
I know what Ground Seal is, but there's no way he's playing that card. Why the hell would he play that card?
Ground Seal, doesn't it allow you to
Just turns off graveyard shit. It's an enchantment.
Ground Seal.
Holy shit, it is Ground Seal.
Yeah, that's it, right? When Ground Seal enters battlefield, cards in graveyards. So you play Ground Seal so you can still play Uro.
The fact that you knew that was Ground Seal is insane.
Well, the only reason I know that is because I know that some decks have been splashing it specifically so that they can play Uro.
I haven't seen that. That's interesting.
God.
All the things.
Yeah, hadn't having all the answers here, even though all he's got is 2 constructs and a 2/2.
All right, this Hail Mary Brainstorm, drawing a Ponder, a Wasteland, and a Ponder.
Is that a Murktide on the far right?
I think that was a Daze.
Ooh, here's the Ponder. One,
Yes, it
2.
is.
Oh, geez.
Immediate Shuffle.
This is looking dicey for Gilmore here. How big are these guys? Oh, I didn't even see hadn't deployed the Vexing
The
Bauble.
constructs. Oh, it's from the Urza Saga.
Right, I just didn't know how big they
Oh,
are.
yeah. They're like 4/4s, you know.
4/4s. Ponder fully resolved. Here's a Wasteland.
Not as useful. You're trying to just save that for the Saga now. Although it's
Crashing
tempting.
for 10. Rough.
What you got, Bowmaster?
Oh, Fatal Push.
Oh no, Dismember.
Oh.
A little painful to save a little bit on pain. So now you take 5.
So you take 4 before damage, and then you take...
No, he only took 2. He paid double black. He paid single black.
Okay. Here's a Ponder. Save me, Ponder. You're my only hope. No.
It looked
Ooh.
pretty bad.
Lands.
Oh, yeah, it was just lands. Alright, shuffle it away unless there's something special I missed.
I feel like with Ground Seal already being in play, Max is probably going to get rid of this this Soul Guy Lantern at some point here
Yeah, who cares?
to draw a card.
Does Soul Guide nuke both yards or just 1 yard?
Target player.
Okay. Yeah, I would still ranch Gilmore's yard.
Oh, you get rid of the yard rather than draw the card?
Oh, I thought it was both.
No. It does one or the other.
Oh. I'm thinking...
Oh, here's a Lightning Bolt. Oh, down to 3. Oh, attacks. Draw some cards. Both of them. Right now. Find me a Lightning Bolt. Okay, down to 1. Off of that Pernicious Deed.
Yeah, the deed was clutch, but it might be a little too late.
I mean, we're just...
You're one
that's
turn.
2 bolts down, right?
Correct.
Okay, so... This is just a 1/1 that can attack.
Yeah, but he needs 2 blocker. He needs a Bowmaster right now.
Here's a Ponder.
As a Brainstorm.
Oh, that's a Brainstorm. Fine.
Uro.
Oh, Uro's good.
Oh, and Fatal Push. So if he can Uro into a land that casts Fatal Push, and he's able to...
There it is. Here we
that's-
go. Here's
that's
Uro.
exactly Uroing into land that casts Fatal Push.
Gain some life.
What did I say? Crack Fetch, cast Fatal Push? Or no, he can wait.
And he already cracked to draw the card. So, ooh.
That's super rude, actually, because Max
Blast is going to be really good
Max
next
is gonna
turn.
Commit on the Uro.
Here's Painter.
Yeah,
Everything's blue.
You don't even care about that. Oh, he's doing this before it can get blasted.
Oh, sure.
If the Fatal Push before it gets blasted.
He doesn't have lethal this turn, even if the blast countered it. But I think it's still better to do that. It gives you, what, 3 more turns? 2 more turns?
Yeah. It's funny, the Mana Monkey was doing the damage.
So Ground Seal cards can't be the target of spells or abilities, which means that Goblin Welder cannot fulfill both targeted requests, right? Because it's a target artifact in play and a target artifact in graveyard.
Correct. It
Yeah.
also shuts down his own loam.
Well, you dredge it. Oh yeah, to
You
actually
can't-
use
yeah,
it.
You can't pick shit up.
What did he blow up? The wasteland?
I believe so.
Oh, so that he could deploy Urza Saga. Sure.
Oh, interesting. Good choice.
Oh, he's thinking about it. He's going, ground seal. Yeah. So that we can pull
Stronger.
something back. Ooh, yeah.
Get rid of Uro. Yeah, I like that. Haddon showing his painter skills. All the different lines. Once you unlock that welder, it really changes the
Yeah.
possibilities tremendously.
Hadn't in fully in the driver's seat right now.
And they're at Wasteland taking care of business, but I mean, now it's just Cycle City.
So what do you bring back as Haddon here? Do you
I don't know, what does he have?
we know he's got a painter, he's got a bauble. I actually don't know if he's got any other relevant artifacts in the yard.
I think
Oh, is
he
this
just-
another Uro?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh.
Well, now he just welds and then welds back in.
Oh,
just
the
kidding.
stifle?
No welding. If you've got the Pyroblast, you're casting it right now.
Oh my gosh.
No blast. Technically, right now he can weld. He can draw off of this into a blast.
He could try. Okay, we're welding something. Painter back into play. Okay. Blue.
Pain of the world.
Got it.
blue. That Great Furnace was huge, actually. Because that.
Allowing him to get something else.
Yeah.
Here's a 6/6.
I think he's just gonna block and sack.
Yeah, to get the value.
I think he took the 6. Or no, he just blocked and sack.
What did he search up with the Urza Saga? We had 2 constructs in play. Why isn't Grindstone in play?
Did it get deleted?
I don't think it ever came in play. I don't think he searched for it. I think he got something else instead. But I don't know
What do you
what.
think, he got the bobble?
It must have been Vexing Bauble.
Yeah.
Get rid of Wasteland, sure. Here's a Fatal Push.
Yeah, slowly getting dismantled.
All right. Gilmore back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, Uro getting to swing multiple times is pretty lights out.
Yeah, getting to draw second Uro was huge.
Oh, Pyroblast. Oh, no, it's not Pyroblast.
So we have the Engineer, which is pretty cool. Now we can get both pieces of the combo in the graveyard, but you probably go for
Dragon Engine.
yeah.
Because you're in a value game now.
Gonna have to take a hit. I know that hadn't taken much damage, so he might actually be at 20.
Yeah, I think he's just going to take 14 or go to 14 here.
Yeah. Wow, this is a lot closer game than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Haddon's got it locked in. Then I was like, oh, Gilmore's coming back. And now I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Need some max on max content. That's all I know.
Uro plus Frog is kind of cool. I like that. Feed the escape.
Hmm.
Up to 12. Drawing cards.
My favorite Frog interaction, though, is Frog with Murktide.
Yes. And you can exile stuff
You
out of
just
your
grow on
yard.
command.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think our bug mid-range list is actually pretty close. Not with the generous Enton crap, but
It's similar.
I mean like yeah, baby.
Well, we don't have enough to end the game. We need one more mana.
Well, that welder just came into play too. So I think Haddon just wants to do it all at once.
Yeah. Make Gilmore have it.
Especially with having 2 welder style effects live, like the
That's a lot of
interaction.
insulation.
Yeah.
And you can even bring in Bobble too before you start the shenanigans. You know, if you're playing around Force of Will or something.
Right. I don't even care about this Dragon Engine anymore. Whatever.
Just ancestral.
I can't even.
Then
It
you-
looks like a Witherbloom
But-
command.
No, my favorite part. Oh, yeah, it is.
He's discarding it so that to grow the frog to survive to kill.
Yeah, but then you just get to re-welder the dragon. That's the thing about when you don't unearth it, it's more bananas. Because you get to keep freaking doing it.
Why'd he gain life? Oh, he attacked. Duh.
You fool.
All right, here's some damage. The only thing... Here's another ground seal.
Oh, that shuts off.
That's big. That's huge, actually.
Yeah.
So now the combo's dead. Although, if you had to draw a card...
Fable's a pretty good one.
Here's a grindstone. Take some damage. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Ooh, down to single-digit numbers.
4?
I think that's 6.
That's 6.
Because he took 2 cracks with the Uro so far. So that's 12. Taking 2 more would put him, down to 6. Uro's doing a lot of heavy lifting right now.
And here's a great example of why Grixis control is unplayable. Uro.
Grixis control?
Uro made it unplayable.
Oh, you mean the old school style
I'm
Grixis
talking
control?
OG.
Yeah. I haven't seen that deck in a couple years.
Yeah, exactly. That was an Obama level threat.
What, did he cast a Ponder? Yeah.
Mr. Ground Seal.
Ooh, draw the top card. I'm telling you, man, Ground Seal. It's a real magic card.
It's doing the Lord's work right now.
Had no idea. Oh, Agatha Sulk. Oh, it doesn't do anything. You can't target the stuff in the yard.
He bend it.
Yeah, get rid of it. What does it even matter?
And he just
Can you unearth with a
It can't be targeted.
It doesn't need to be targeted. You're casting it from the yard, right?
Oh, the ability. That's when cast unearth.
Cards in graveyards can't be
Yeah.
the targets. You could totally unearth
Yeah,
the
100%.
Dragon Engine right now. We're reading it. I think we're coming to the same conclusion.
I'm into it.
So we cast. I mean, Max is at 18, so he's gained. What was he at? He was like at 5.
He's at 2.
So he's gained 16 life off of Uro.
Yep.
That is wild. Here's a lightning bolt. Just take some damage. Put that back in your hand. That's kind of cool. You're good.
Brazen Bar was clutch.
Oh, but he's doing it in response to the trigger, so he's going to have to discard the Dragon Engine again.
Wait, but didn't he unearth it?
Yeah. Oh, but does it have
Shouldn't
that?
it exile? Doesn't it have that clause with unearth?
Yeah. Phyrexian Dragon. Oh, it doesn't say.
Here, pull up unearth. Or just do unearth with Brazen Borrower. Or Petty Thefting.
Phyrexian Dragon. Pair of cards are melded. Oh, this is all meld stuff. If you activate a Cards on Earth ability, I think it's exiled. They're still talking about it too. For any reason, it's exiled instead. If a permanent returned to the battlefield with Unearth would leave the battlefield for any reason, it's exiled instead. So yeah, they just got rid of it.
Wait, scroll back up to what its text reads though.
Just Unearth.
Yeah, no, but the rest of it now when it ETBs. Yeah, so he still gets to draw 3.
Oh yeah. Here's more land. Down to 4, so we can chump block, what, twice? Token apparently died at some point.
Well, Brazen Borrower is going to come into play too. So.
Oh, yeah. Devastating.
But is that a Pyroblast? Oh, no. He's got 1 turn, basically. That's it.
No, he doesn't. He can cast Brett. Oh, you're right. You're right.
He can show, yeah. He's
go
going
down to 1.
Yeah.
Turns off the Ancient Tomb. Force of Will. Let me show you Force of Will.
Yeah, that Ground Seal really holding down.
Oh, he's got the Pyroblast.
Well, it doesn't even matter though.
He must have said out loud that he was going to cast Pyroblast in response. He's like, well, here's Force of Will. They're probably showing us
Alternative
just for
endings,
us.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow, this has been way more of an interactive game than I was expecting. He lets him have it for the turn. I guess you don't fight over it. Is that a third ground seal?
No, it's Gaia's Will.
Mainboard Gaia's Will? Or no, this is game 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's just like Emrakul effect.
Wait. No, this wasn't game 2.
Yeah, it was.
What happened game 1?
Didn't Maxwell smoke Maxwell?
Well, you say it like
No, because remember we didn't know what the hell. Like, we knew what Haddon was on. We had no clue what. Oh my God, it's Fred Gilmore's last name. Gilmore.
Yeah.
We didn't remember he played one round.
Okay.
Yeah, that was yeah.
It's got it. They're de-sideboarding, so it's done. I guess Gaia's Will makes sense because you
It's
can,
Painter.
yeah, you can shuffle the stuff back into the yard in response. I'm just blown away that Gaia's Will is taking up slots in Gilmore's sideboard.
Well, I mean, guys, you can't get painted. It keeps guys
Oh,
will has text where if it hits the yard, and it was milled, you
yeah.
can shuffle back in.
Oh.
It's got Emrakul. No, I'm thinking it's Gaia's Blessing.
Gaia's Blessing.
Sorry.
If it's put into your graveyard from your library, shuffle your graveyard into your library.
See?
Yep. That'll do it. Painter tech.
And then it also has the non-flavor text of target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from a graveyard into the library, draw a card. So it's sorcery speed, graveyard hate against someone. That also draws.
Yeah.
The ground seals are goddamn galactic. I can't. Not only did Eugene spot it, but also they exist, and they reprinted the goddamn card.
Yeah, I mean, Ground Seal apparently super strong against Painter specifically.
The deeds, though, putting in dividends. I know it only did a slight little sweepy uppy, but
1 Submerge, 1 Damping Sphere,
what a madman.
Hydroblast, yeah, Carpet of Flowers, Endurance. Wow. Ground Seal.
Ground seal was just a big performer. It totally won him the game.
Yeah.
We know who the better max is.
I'm just blown away that you're going to run Ground Seal over Leyline of the Void. Like, because you
Well-
can cast Leyline of the Void, right?
Well, we could talk about this. I'm glad you brought it up.
Sure.
4 mana, big dumpy. Like, I don't know how many times Maxwell got into 4 mana territory, but if he was at 4 mana, he was casting multiple spells. A 3 mana spell and a 1 mana spell, multiple 2 mana spells, or leaving up mana. Ground Seal draws a goddamn magical card,
Yeah.
which is insane. And realistically, most of the graveyard shenanigans, I guess, matchup specific, graveyard shenanigans in this game aren't as lightning speed as Re-Scaminator or other style of like Storm, where like you need that turn 0, turn 1,
Yeah.
where this gives you more slack.
And I guess with Gilmore already running Force of Will days, it's not so critically important that you have that thing in play turn 0.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it also, for a symmetrical graveyard hate, it doesn't hate on his graveyard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing it hates on is his life from loan, but I bet that's a one of. So it's like whatever.
Wait, doesn't it also actually protect Uro?
Yeah, you can't target Uro.
Because you can't target it. Man, that's
it's,
actually pretty good, huh?
In Vintage, they used to run this artifact skull card. I forgot what the heck it did.
Uh-huh.
It was cards and graveyards can't be targeted, something like that.
Yeah. Cards and graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities. So not only does it prevent your opponents from doing stuff, but it also protects your stuff.
No, it's very good.
That's actually kind of awesome. Okay,
Yes, yeah.
well, I'm sold on Ground Seal. Everybody pick up your copies now. They're 35 cents for the
Don't worry, they've been reprinted.
Enchantment super cool art, the one that Gilmore was sporting, and 49 cents for the foils. All right, guys, that was round 4. Everybody, that was round 4. We are going to be signing off for the night. Thank you for tuning in for another stream of Tuesday Night Legacy. We are located in Orange County, California, in the city of Orange. And if you are in the area, please come join us. Every Tuesday we play Legacy. I think Monday is Modern. And there are other formats that get played at the store. I just don't know what the days of the week are. I think like Pioneer is Thursday and Pauper is Sunday. Anyways, we have a very strong Legacy community here. And we're always looking to grow that community. So,
yeah, come join us. Excellent meta. Very diverse field of decks, and always look forward to just expanding the meta.
Yeah, and if you need any cards, spellholdgames.com, collectorlegion.com. I don't think Crazy Nick's is up yet to sell cards, but any one of those 3 stores, we are always trying to get people to come by, check out stuff.
Support local.
Support local. All right, we'll
Thank
see
you.
you in 2 weeks. Until next time, I've been Eugene.
And this is Bryson.